we leap into the past. But,
We're
hello,
actually in the
everybody.
future. I don't know what you're talking about.
I know.
Time is
It
relative.
it is really weird. We keep going back and forth for 1,000 years, and it's kind of making my head spin. But that's okay.
My favorite part was when we were in the past 1,000 years ago and then had a flashback to earlier.
See, this shit is why nobody likes to read Anne Rice anymore. Just this nested flash forward within a flashback quotation.
Oh, you mean watching Oppenheimer? It's very slow.
That's a different conversation. That actually had a framing device attached to it.
Well, hello everybody. Welcome to Age of Myth, Act 1. We are here to be Greek and be gay upon you. Or something like that.
Gaze
I don't
upon
know.
you.
Gaze
upon
upon
you.
I feel like that's
Dang it.
legally dubious.
I don't know. What's whatever. But yes, here we are.
Not a great
Yeah.
defense, but
No, and gaze upon you, and upon you, and upon you. We are excited for yet another foray into the wonderful golden age of mythology before the ancient times were written. You know, I actually met somebody the other day who had never heard of the Library of Alexandria, and my heart hurt. They're like, "What?"
Oh,
That
I mean,
existed?
you're just learning about an absence. I feel like he was happier.
Yeah, kind of.
You just
Actually, it
you
was
just burdened him. Like, what does he benefit from knowing that?
That's actually a good point, because he kind of was like, "Wow, that's kind of really sad." I was like, "Yep,
You're welcome.
You're welcome."
I mean, if you have to explain it, tell him. Imagine if they deleted Wikipedia.
Imagine if they deleted the internet. Kind of. Well, all the information stored upon, or something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, somebody who thought
It'd still be
honeybees
boring.
made honey and jambies made jam. Oh no. Well, that's fair. Grandpapa, we are trying to live. Right? It just turns into was it Back to the Future? You just start to slowly
It starts to
evaporate.
just fade away.
She was
no.
oh no.
Did they have like a crayon lodged up their nose, and that's why they like? Was this someone in their 30s that still thought that?
That's amazing.
No, it's not. That is a failure of the system they are attempting to perpetuate.
On
to
that
fantasy.
note, gotta love it. On that note, thank you guys for hanging out with us on Sunday. It was truly a marvelous time. Looking forward to the final episode on the 30th of the Fall of Bahiri and whatever that might entail. I'm sure it'll be rainbows and sunshine and nothing terrible at all. Marvelous time.
Marvelous for us in the audience.
Yeah,
Bad
it's fine.
times for you, Hunter.
It's fine, Janasi. Don't worry about it. Don't worry. Don't forget about it. It's
We'll
alright.
survive.
Everything is
do
fine. Also, as to note, next week we will be having. Yes, next week.
Lord Dumplings.
Lord Dumplings. It was funny. The music stopped and my brain went. It is the right day, right? Yes, it is. Next week we will be having Lord Dumplings here. So if you haven't found it already or haven't done it already, if you have any questions for us regarding the first arc of this campaign, meaning like episode 1 through the leaving of the Atlas engine, like 3 sessions ago, whatever. I can't remember the number of that, but anything within that time frame, if you have questions, make sure you post them in the Discord in the table banter. I believe there is a thread there.
There's a thread.
That it has been pinned.
Threat.
There's a threat.
Threat.
There is a threat that has been
Is that
pinned
a
there.
thread?
It is definitely. I'm getting warm now. Okay, it's time for put the fan on. You gotta put the fan on. My womanopause is striking up or something. I don't know. My body's doing weird things.
Your
What?
woman.
You don't have questions for us. That's okay, because I will still have plenty for everyone. So come and join us anyway.
Yeah.
Same time on Tuesday, just slightly different, because we're going to be kind of tired and stuff. So, Lord,
Thank you for
Dumplings.
bringing us back on track, Isker.
Yes. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. All right. Any other announcements that you guys have? You already did the. You're not. Was the.
We have not scheduled part 2
okay.
of Kids on Brooms yet.
Okay.
Though
was-
part 1 was excellent.
And
It
if you
was
haven't
fun.
seen it, go check it out on Top Down
Whenever-
Tabletop.
Yeah. Whenever we do have part 2, we're going to have a dance and lots of drama.
Yeah, sounds about right. Sounds good. Sounds good. All right. Well, I think that about covers it, and we should just jump right in to tonight's episode of Age of Myth. Wah!
I don't know
That's
what that
true.
goes with.
All right.
No, wait,
We
no,
back.
I'm A positive.
Oh shoot! Wait, are we offline?
Yeah.
No, we're on
No.
now.
Oh weird. Okay.
No.
It, like.
You
Yeah,
just
no,
gotta.
you
You just had to refresh.
Okay.
Because it did the same thing to me. Yes, Janas. Listen, Hunter, you're always with us. Always. That's the only way we can remember you. If I delete your name from the intro, then we're doomed. Then nothing is
You
certain.
keep saying a
Oh.
name and it's not sticking with me.
Yeah. Ugh. Okay. Oh Lord.
sir.
Haha.
Better stop that. I don't.
Hilarious. We'll do this one. Switching up the mood, switching up the vibe here. Yeah, this will work. Okie dokie. It is late at night in the city of Ilum when a sudden chirping, ringing sound wakes up a sleeping Helena. Or I should say, Hecate. Hecate. She rubs her eyes, trying to push the sleep away. She reaches for the clear sight pendant that she normally wears around her neck. Put on the side, she looks at it as a small runic inscription alights across it. Astra, what? Why? Gods, I have not heard from you in how long? The voice that comes through. Kate, I sorry to have awoken you. I don't know what time it is where you're at, but I have a question. Sure, go on. Are you all right? Are you safe? Oh, I'm fine. I'm actually, it's morning here. The sun has just risen, and I was dreaming, and I could have sworn I heard a voice in my head. A woman was speaking to me. I, what, was that you? No. It's something is happening amongst those of us who have survived. There's a new. There are new Orphics that have been born recently. And it would seem that our powers have, or our changes have gone to such a point that we can hear them. I have not heard many as of late, but I have heard a few, as has Ares. And it is under that assumption that we have recently heard from Gaia. Gaia? You heard from Gaia? Yes, one of the young Orphics that we have recently met. She is Gorgani, one of the first and only since the collapse to have been born here. There's a moment of pause. That's such great news. It's clear that the person on the other end of the Clio site has begun to perhaps weep or tear up a little. Does that mean that my sisters are... Kate interrupts. I don't know. This is the first that we have heard from any of the Gaians since that night. But it speaks to a changing of the times. Those that we thought were not showing any signs of Orphic powers seems to have an effect on those of us who do. And we still need to determine what that means for us. But these new Orphics, they are extremely talented for only having just realized who they are, what they are capable of. They do not even know the full side of the story yet. There is much that they have recently accomplished. I have much to catch you up on. And she goes on to tell her about the Atlas engine and how these 5 intrepid young Orphics wandered into the midst of the fragment's lair and defeated it. Defeated it with relative ease. She goes on to tell them how they have been traveling together and how they are starting to learn more about themselves, showing more and more power and potential. And how now, even now, they find themselves searching for Apollo and for this cult of Phobos. And on the mention of that name, there is a long pause. Phobos? Yes. He's returned. Astra speaks again. How do I respond to the woman who reached out to me? Kate in bed still shrugs her shoulders. However you see fit. Follow what comes naturally to you, to your people. We believe she is one of the astrals. She is part of your heritage. Astra's long pause, and then, okay. Are you and Ares still in Ilum? Yes? I will see you soon then. And the Cleosite glow begins to fade as the connection is cut. Helena, Hecate, takes the crystal in her hand and looks at it and thinks of a time long past and how few still are able to communicate through these things. She sets it over on the table and stares up at the ceiling as she falls back asleep, smiling, thinking that maybe again one day, with a few promising individuals, maybe that will not be the case any longer. All right. So, we whatever, Hunter. Yeah, exactly. Astrid. You start to wake first thing in the morning, before the sun has even begun to touch the horizon. The faintest bit of light starts to shimmer across the cove that you guys find yourselves in, as it's just starting to push back the dark veils of night. Your eyes flutter open, and you stare up at a beautiful, expansive, star-filled sky. Have you ever sat after spinning on a merry-go-round and sat on or lay down on the ground and felt like you could feel the world spinning around you still? There
I know that
is
feeling.
there is that feeling, but on a much lower degree. But you suddenly become acutely aware of the gradual spinning of the planet below you. You swear you could even see the stars as they slowly tilt across the sky. It's a sensation that you have recently begun to feel again and again, along with a multitude of other feelings that course through your body. That feelings that you had spoken about earlier that day, the day before, about wanting to run, about wanting to swim, about wanting to fly, and the freedoms that that would present if you were only able to do so. You think about the prayer that you had had the night before and wonder if anybody had heard your thoughts. You close your eyes and you can still see those stars in your mind's eye. You can still see the ley lines of constellations. You can still feel the pulsing shift of the magnetic waves that go across the earth. And then you have another sensation. A blossoming one. There in the center of your mind, at the base of your skull, this warmth and presence. And a very hesitant, hello?
Oh. Hello? This is Astrid. Am I speaking? Am I speaking to Astrid?
There is no response. There's almost a pulling back suddenly, a
Please.
hesitancy.
Please.
You sit up. You look around you as everyone's still kind of sleeping. You look over at Eric's, who's not too far off in her own little bedroll over by the campfire that you guys had slept near each other. And that hesitancy fades, but is not gone. How do you know my name?
I was told that I was an Astro. And I'm learning more about myself and the secrets of the universe that are being laid out in front of me each day. You felt like the right person to reach out to.
There is a surge of pride, confidence, no assuredness. But there is no response. Not at first. And as you start to think that maybe you're still dreaming and still asleep, still imagining this little voice that kind of spoke in the back of your mind, you just hear, "We'll see. We'll see."
See, that's better than. It's better than nothing. Thank you.
You rub the sleep from your eyes and look over at the fire and the dying embers, and look over to the sleeping mounds of your companions wherever they might be scattered across the beach around you. Because every night while traveling and sleeping on the beach, it's kind of like moving campfire, campground, party night. Not necessarily in the like party, but it just in the sense of like everyone has their like little bonfires, little campfires, and their either tents or bedrolls around it. And last night being a particularly mild night, most people didn't have a tent; they just slept under the stars. With that being said, the rest of you, do you awaken before the sunrise, as the sun rises? What are you doing?
With the sunrise. And Phoebe's gonna start her day off with a prayer to Apollo.
Okay. Do you have anything specific you were saying, or just like
she'll say, Apollo, here we are, ready to see what has happened to your temple. Please bring light to the darkness that has overtaken your temple. Guide us, and wherever your followers may be, keep them safe, whether it is in this life or the next.
as you finish the last of those words, the sun starts to break across the horizon. And you almost in slow slash real time see like these rays of golden light that kind of seem to like spiral up from the sun as it touches the horizon of the cove and brings light and pushes the darkness further back. What about the rest of you guys?
Laertes will kind of wake up clutching that same sort of sanded down stone that the kind of you use to sort of skip across water, that flat type of polished stone. Sort of treating it a little like a little reminder of what he was able to accomplish last night. But when he gets up, he leaves the stone in the sand, not wanting to take it with him. And he goes through some of his small routines where I think I described last time a little like Tai Chi, but focusing more on hand movements. Slow, precise, deliberate. As a few of the crystals, his primary one that he had made himself, and then ones that we discovered on the island, they're sort of floating around him as he's meditating on each, trying to draw from them ideas, embellishing equations he's worked on, finalizing some of them. This little constantly moving constellation of crystalline satellites all orbiting around him as he's thinking through his way until it all ends in this sort of reverse Big Bang type thing where everything kind of just coalesces into his hands in one little final motion before he quietly packs them away into his small satchel as if nothing miraculous just happened at all. This is just another day.
Nice. Cypress.
Cypress wakes up slightly before dawn and only ever so slightly increases the amount of time of his morning routines because he now incorporates summoning Carisha, his watery elemental steed. And upon finishing his like stretches and his normal ones, he calls her from the surf and quietly gets out of audible range so as to not disturb those still sleeping, and then will ride down the beach and do more equestrian practices, getting used to actually being atop a horse and being skilled in the normal stuff while in that state. And then he'll return.
Nice. Yeah, I was gonna say once as you are here and where is the kind of the watery the side of the water here, and as you call forth Carisha coming forth from the water, it's like as the further onto land that she walks, the more she becomes from water elemental to solid, that solid black. And just like it's like she shakes off the water, and the water becomes her body becomes less translucent and becomes more solid looking as she walks over to you, and you go for the ride down the beach.
Good morning. Let's go.
Alrighty. And now anything, Misto? Anything you're wanting to do?
Phoebe, when you woke up and prayed, did you do anything to indicate you were praying? Was it out loud or were there any movements or positions?
I think it would have been quietly out loud. You would have been able to hear it.
Then, as Phoebe gets up, then if she would have allowed, some of the Mysto snakes would have found themselves closer to her, borrowing a little warmth. And so when she moves, the Mysto stirs and just kind of sits there for a moment listening to Phoebe give the prayer. And when she's done, the Mysto says, "That is good enough for both of us, I think." Then she'll stand up and stretch, and she'll touch the sand and say, "And thank you, Gaia." And omitting her usual morning ritual, she will say, "We have much to do."
Apollo
And start
has,
to look around to everyone.
yeah, Apollo has given us more light for what must be done.
Yes, I only hope that we can carry it into the temple and it will be of some help to whoever was there. With the small time we have, I must ask Laertes to help me with something.
Of course, I'll pack up the bedroll.
And as is their usual fashion, Themista will give Phoebe a quick squeeze of the hand, and then move off to find Laertes.
He wouldn't have been doing his little practice, right where he woke up. He would have had walk down the beach, maybe like 30, 40 feet, just to have a little bit of, not so much giving himself space as much as giving everyone else space as well. Let everyone have their own little morning thing without getting in each other's way. And he would have been just sort of recoalescing the crystals into his hand as she's walking up. I think it's when he's in the middle of that, he's more intimately aware of his surroundings in a way. It's like he's, for one brief shining moment, he kind of can sense where each and every atom, element, molecule is in a very small radius, and when it's something wafts into it and disturbs all of it, it's a bit like a spider in its web. But it only happens during that little like morning practice, so it's completely impractical in any other application. So it's just, oh, morning.
As Themisto approached, the one unruly snake Cleo would have been like slightly periscoped because Laertes wasn't at his spot that he was sleeping, kind of doing an extra scan. But yeah. Good morning.
Hmm.
I know it is still early, but I was hoping perhaps you could help me with something.
I can certainly try.
I want to try to send a message to Hecate. When Gaia appeared to me, she made it sound as if it was important that I passed along her news, and that Hecate would know. I was thinking maybe I could borrow some of your geometry to create a better prayer to this mistress of knowledge and secrets.
What do you have in mind?
Well, I'm not so sure, but we have a lot of beach. Maybe you could draw some figures. and I will light my incense, and I will bless them in a way, and perhaps a message will reach Lady Hecate.
It's never quite something I've been able to figure out on my own, but I've read into a little bit of how parts of it work. I think I have an idea. Aaron, a little bit of set dressing for me.
Sure.
The crystal that you mentioned in tonight's prologue, was that something that we'd seen before?
Yeah.
Okay.
Kate usually has like a little. It looks a lot smaller than any of the ones that you have dealt with.
Different purpose and
Different purpose, yeah. But
Yeah.
it's just like a small little crystalline pendant that she has.
using a combination of prestidigitation and manipulation of local gravity. It's a little like, you ever seen those animations of sand rustling on like a bass speaker and it starts to form shapes based on different frequencies and tones? And you start to see a little bit of that as a geometric pattern, a two-dimensional shape representing Hecate's pendant, all the drawn facets in a two-dimensional space on the sand, trying to in some way link to her symbolically. And at the center is a place for incense, like the apex is the wrong word, but sort of the axis of which everything is built around is where the incense would go. All the little vertices lead to it.
Themista would carefully step through the lines on her toes, and with the incense ball lit on the chain on the end of her sword, place the sword blade into the sand, and gently, with a gentle drift, so that the ball swings until finally becoming still in that vertices there. And then standing up and taking a step back and looking at it all, she will say, Lady of Magic, Gaia returned to me. She wishes you to know that the world of her name survives. But she waits until they must not fear anymore. With a little sending.
Perfect. You as your words go, you see those shapes that Laertes had made kind of vibrate with the sound of your voice as they kind of begin to pick up, and as you are beginning to speak, they become three-dimensional in a way and kind of like bubble and bounce around almost making a secondary orb around the ball at the end of the chain, so that they kind of like interact and move with each of your words. And then as you finish saying it, they just begin to kind of hover and swirl around that ball as if waiting for a response. And then they begin to vibrate on their own. And you sense the vibrations through the hilt of the sword. And you hear it within you, the response. It's almost like those, what's it called? The headphones that are like bone conducing that you put them on your head and you can kind of hear. But it's like you can hear it through your whole body because you're holding onto the hilt of the sword and you can feel the vibration of the words in the hilt. And by extension, you feel like the voice is coming from within you. And you hear Lady Hecate's voice. This was an unexpected surprise. You have learned much, Lady Gorgani. Message received. If you speak to the matron Gaia, give her my love. And the love of those that survived. We yearn to be together again. That's all she says.
The Mister will take the blade and, with it still facing downwards, bring it up slightly, removed from the sand, and tap her forehead to the pommel to acknowledge the receipt of the message. And then she'll look and smile at Laertes. Yes, it worked, Laertes. I heard her voice, and she heard mine.
I had little doubt.
Thank you again. Yes.
I don't think you really needed me, but thank you for including me.
Perhaps that remains yet to be seen. In any event, we still have much ahead of us.
Shall we? As he gets up, he'll just do another wave of the hand to return the sand to what it should be, instead of any remnant of the pattern.
You hear the flapping of wings. And you look up into the horizon as Oriotis returns and tumbles into the sand, face down, legs over his head for a minute before falling back, like on his stomach. Gets up. Captain! 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 Starts like running towards you. Captain! Captain!
She's gonna run back as well because she's worried that it's like the worst thing that's happened, and Tito's dead, and she goes running after him.
Hyperventilating and
What Oriotis?
like
What is it?
you see Eric's joining you as well as some of the other crew start running towards him. It is. One moment. Okay, I'm good now.
Is Tito okay?
No.
Are you okay?
Yes. No and yes. To both of us and them. We had made it to the temple. And when we got there, it was quiet. Much of the place has been burned to the ground. Someone is rebuilding within the temple something else. Others, smaller buildings. So we were watching and trying to count. There's at least a dozen, perhaps more, that we saw. I don't know exactly what they are doing, but they don't look like priests of Apollo. Not by a long shot. And then we decided to try and walk all the way around the temple. And as we were getting back to where we started, some of the guards saw us. And Tito was shot with an arrow. But we ran, and I helped him escape, and I carried him as far as we could. And we tucked him away safely on the beach between here and there. I think that was the last of it. But he's
didn't follow
okay.
you?
Well, I flew, and Tito's is really heavy. So
Yes.
I could not
As long
fly
as-
as fast or as far, but we hit him really good. Hid him, not hit him. Hid him
Okay.
with a D.
I told you both not to go to the temple.
Well,
Nearby.
I know, but Titos was upset that I could see and that he could not, and then he wanted to get closer, so I said no, that he would get very
Tito.
upset that he had disobeyed, but then he wanted to make sure that there was more than just my word in case I didn't know how to count that high. I can count that high.
Malaka. We need to go find him. Bring him back here.
I can take some of the crew, and we can bring him back, preferably those much stronger than me.
Okay.
But I can draw out, and he like goes down on his hands and knees, and it's like takes a deep breath, and then like with his fingers starts to draw out a big rectangle, and then a couple little squares that are in front of it. I
This
saw.
is where he's at?
Well, no, this is the temple. This is what we saw. The big structure here. Little structures have people that kind of go in and out, but then there's a medium-sized one that's on the other side of the other. These three here have green tarps on the top. I think only a few people either live there or go in there, but most people go into the building with the blue sails for a roof. They are
Sails.
building on in the ruins of this building, of this temple, and they have restructured it and made other smaller little buildings out of the rubble.
We did not see any prisoners. No priests or priests of Apollo.
They all look like soldiers or mercenaries, and
Was there-
some that were kind of dressed like priests, but were wearing blacks and
Red?
reds. Yes.
I'm going to call the others over.
They kept going into the larger building. If there were any prisoners, we did not see them, but they may have been in the larger section of the temple. It used to be the inner sanctuary.
Then we must go now and try to save who we can.
Just be aware
Get-
that at night, most of the soldiers or mercenaries are sleeping, mostly. During the morning, as we were escaping, they all came out, so I'm worried that they might be on a higher alert. I'm sorry, Captain.
We have the
should
light of
the-
Apollo with us.
Put a shoulder on Orieta's. I'm just glad you're okay. Get two strong men and bring back Tito.
Yes, Captain. I left him in a hole. I bandaged his wound. Don't worry, he'll be fine. But
Where was he hit?
in the back of the thigh,
Okay.
it made him not be able to run very far. But he's,
Well, at least he didn't
he's
hit
got
his
chunky
Achilles.
thighs, so I'm sure he's okay.
Yeah, it probably didn't pierce so bad. Okay. Thank you.
Oriotes,
Yes,
may the light be with you too.
thank you. Oh, I did not think I was going to make it. I was so tired.
You sure you didn't get hit? And I'm gonna turn his body and look for wounds.
There is a singe mark across his back. It looks like some feathers kind of got burned, but it looks like it was something that kind of went in passing.
Is it the worst that he's actually just teeming with mites, or
Oh God. Also, Troy is still called Elon. There is probably no Achilles tendon yet.
It hasn't happened yet.
it hasn't been invented?
Judging who Cyprus is based off of, now I'm nervous.
Takes notes on where to aim.
At least they didn't hit him in that place that is behind your heel. Who knows what that's called? But blood
It
seems to come out
like
of
it'd
it.
be pretty bad.
And,
Cyprus speaks up. He's like, "Yeah, it's really vulnerable there.
Cyprus is
vulnerable
fine.
place.
You're Patroclus in scenario.
Oh no!
One way or another, it's not good. He's
Uh,
based off of both.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
what do we want to do? Facing you all. No.
We've got to go as fast as it can.
Oriotis,
It sounds like this cult has desecrated the Temple of Apollo.
this Phobos. Again. He described red and black cloaks. They are already on high alert, so there's no point in waiting. We should.
I would much rather face the cult of fear with Apollo's light than in their darkness.
Right. In a place so sacred. It's got to be on our side.
I go up to the. What's the Birdman's name again?
Oriotis.
Okay. Go
Would
up
you
to
say that
Oreo.
again, please?
Oreos.
I go up to Oreo.
Oreo. Basically, yeah, it's Oreo.
Yeah. And could you quickly describe to me the layout?
Oh, yeah.
Everything you saw.
Yes.
Picture.
Yes. Give me 1 second. This it goes back to the drawing on the ground.
Hmm.
As
I'm basically trying to create this wireframe hologram of what he's describing and showing me so I can.
It looks like this.
Hmm.
Temple. All of the troops are.
I've played this geometry game before.
All the troops seem to be coming in here.
Mhm.
There's one man that looks kind of important. He comes in and out of this room. And then there's other people that go in and out of here. I think this is like a storeroom or something. I'm not sure. The soldiers kept putting things away and taking things out from here. That's all I know.
Storage. And then the one to the right is like a captain's quarters.
These three have green tarps. This one has a blue sail.
Do you know what is under the blue the blue sail?
This is where
Okay.
all the soldiers came out this morning from this place. This was like 12 of them.
And in the main building here, the large one is the temple.
It seems so. There's the soldiers go in there, and then a couple of the priestly-looking ones that kind of look like priests, but not really.
Was it walled?
Ah! Hold on.
She'll be right back.
Oh,
She's
Yeah.
just having a couple of tech.
No, I
issues. She
know.
needs to restart.
I'm just shifting.
Hmm.
Everybody, somebody
I'm
different.
Phoebe. I get to be a monk again.
I'm smart now.
Themisto.
Yay, I'm a llama again. Oh, wait.
What happens if I take 0 and divide?
It's 0.
Okay.
Yeah, honestly, with the math that I had set up, Laertes would just be like nothing. He had it backwards anyway.
There we go. I put it on the map cam.
Ooh.
If there are any survivors, I think they would be in the temple. But honestly,
goes.
with the way they've tried to kill Apollo, I don't know if there would be.
Was there any walls around the temple?
They
It
had
is open.
no. It's open,
Okay. That gives us some advantage.
but there is
Sneak
only one
if we
door
want
to
to.
go inside, and it is the door that I drew, right
There.
there.
We do have shimmer weaves now. Perhaps they could allow us, some of us, to blend in. Some of us could be taken captive.
I remember what the Phobos robes look like for the most part. We might be able to get in that way.
Oriotes, you said about a dozen you saw?
At least.
East. Any weapons that you noticed?
Swords, bows, arrows, spears, clubs, some axes, some knives too.
I will take that as actually more.
Someone had a
encouraging.
really big hammer.
Mhm.
Did he
I will
seem
take
like
that as
he-
slightly more encouraging because what that can mean is that they are not specialized per se, but rather have picked up weapons. I mean, the hammer is a bit concerning, but
He did mention one important looking fellow in one of the green tents.
it may be similar to the monster we encountered, who took mercenaries and put them under its control. Maybe these soldiers are similar.
I think there's something else we need to consider. We may not be the only Orphix here.
Hmm. You said someone with a big hammer. What did he seem like he was the one in charge?
No, he just had the big hammer.
hmm.
And then you see Oriotis, he starts like just doodling again. He's just like starts drawing little stick
We
figure
aren't
people.
trying to find Tito, right? You know where you left him?
No, I know where he is.
Okay. So,
Astrid's
can-
crew is going after Tito. We are going after the temple.
all right.
Thank you, Orietis. You can go ahead.
I was going to draw 12 more little people. You want
Okay.
me to draw them or no?
No, that is fine.
Okay.
You made an amazing description. This is perfect.
So we know there are captives, or we suspect?
No, I honestly am not sure if they would have kept anyone alive. But we cannot let this cult run rampant, especially when
Agreed.
they're desecrating the temple.
You do know that there has been rumors of people disappearing.
Hmm.
That has been mentioned in the past town, that there were
Mhm.
ships and some of the local island villages, fishing villages, have talked about there have been disappearances. Whether this is related to that or not, you don't know, but there has been mention of that. Ah! There we go. I felt briefly as if my body was split into two directions.
She's back.
Thank you.
We were discussing tactics. There's at least a dozen at this temple, possibly captives. And oh, there's the map. Thank you, Captain. Capitanios. And we're trying to decide whether to try it in a stealthy approach or some other method. But I think we're all on the same page, Phoebe. I agree. I don't think that this place should be left to stand and develop whatever they are building.
I would suggest trying for stealth. I know they will be on high alert because of our friends, but
Pick out more of them.
yes, if we can pick off one by one, I think it's much more strategic than all of us trying to run in powers blazing. After all, there still are only 5 of us.
Maybe we cause a distraction on the other side of the island. Get some of them to separate and investigate. And we go after those that are inside. Is
I could-
Oriotis still with? He's not, right?
Yeah,
Or
no,
we
he's
keep-
there.
Or we
Or
keep
you-
them where we know they are and deal with them there.
If
If
there
we
are
can
more
get
than
them
a dozen.
clustered, if we can keep them clustered, I could do a few things.
Would
Right.
love to see what your imagination will come up with.
And you actually see he doesn't look happy with that. Not for what you said, but because of what he started with.
I do have Carisha. Obviously, her getting hurt should be avoided, but she is a bit more ephemeral than we are. And if need be, she could be a better distraction or target than necessarily one of us.
I think either way, we need to at least get closer, and then maybe we can readjust whatever the plan's going to be.
The Misto readjusts the grip on her sword, just kind of flexing her hand on the hilt.
Were there any high points near the temple that could overlook it, or was it all forest?
It's flat. It's on the open sparse of land on the far side of the island. They've cleared most of all the trees nearby. There's a couple of rocks, but once the daylight hit, that's why we were spotted so easily. There's not a lot of hiding places, and the temple itself sits on the highest point near it, so there's not much to overlook it.
I see.
Perhaps the Capitanio's notion of creating misdirection could help us get closer to the temple unseen. Whether this involves Carisha or something else. Whatever the case. I have a burning in myself that we were too late.
Well, why don't we start heading in that direction, and then once we know a little bit more, we can finalize a plan.
Agreed.
Okay.
As we begin to walk, Phoebe will just give the Mister a little kiss and say, "We will make this right."
Misto will nod, returning the kiss.
That is something that I have been practicing. But I can only keep it up for about an hour's time.
What new gift is this?
You have seen how I can make my body appear to be the stars, yes?
Yes.
I can do the same thing to you all and myself if I focus hard enough on it. That might allow us to get past, make us look ethereal or darkened, transparent in a way. And I'm mentioning pass without a trace.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I know I would benefit from that. My armor is a bit clanky.
We have a plus 10 bonus to dexterity checks. We can't be tracked except by magical means. We leave no tracks behind and no traces of passage. And I can take you and my companions. Yeah, any companions that are near me or within 30 feet of me.
That sounds like a very beneficial skill right now.
So I think that the best plan as we are heading there is to see if they're captives, see who else would be in danger if things went poorly. And if we establish there are, the mission is to get them out. If we establish there are not, then we consider our combat options.
I think we're going to have to fight our way in regardless. If there are captives, they will be inside the temple. And the only way in is through the front door.
I mean, currently.
We are walking, yes?
Mm-hmm.
With favored terrain being on the coast of this island, are traveling stealthily if we want to, just not hinder our speed because of natural experience.
Nice.
Ranger stuff. Ranger.
Right. Yeah, right. I like to imagine us moving quickly and quietly along the beach.
Yep.
not kicking up sand. It's like really weird.
Ancient Greek SEAL team.
Beautiful. Moving down along the beach, some of the crew follows along with you and Oriotis up to for about like a mile or so, before Oriotis guides them deeper into the island, among some rocky crevasses, a little cutaway where there is a stream that has eroded over time, a little bit of a canyon, and he like leads them into that canyon to go towards where he had deposited Titos. Before he leaves, he puts both of his hands on your shoulders, Astrid, and is like, "Good luck.
You
May
too.
may the gods bless you." And the five of you continue along for another 2 miles or so, before you get to the eastern side of the island. Oriotis had explained up to this point that there is a lot of rocks on this beach, so you can stay relatively unseen, but it's after the rocks, after this one large pinnacle, this almost spire-like jutting rock that comes out from at an odd angle, that after that there is just a little bit lower boulders, that this area is where it was cleared out, and a lot of the cedars and such, the low-hanging shrubs, you can tell have been cleared from this area as it's been kept kind of sparse to maximize viewing and minimize the shade from the sun. Basically, it's kind of like this temple is in full sun at all times during the day, and it is facing the east, the rising sun.
Then maybe it would be best that we come at it from behind so that the shadows are facing towards us. If the rising sun is coming up,
Mm-hmm.
we can get the shadows side of the temple coming in. That should help a bit.
Okay. So it adds a little extra time. By this point, it's like, if you're going to do that, to try and circle around out of sight as much as you can to where the temple is, this will put you at probably like noon or midday. Just to navigate without being seen.
Is this what we want to do?
That works for me.
Okay.
As the temple and the temple grounds finally come into view, let's see here. As the temple and the temple grounds finally come into view, the this space plus the a couple adjacent buildings, you can almost see a haze of smoke that still lingers and rises from the burnt out shells of houses and buildings that surrounded the temple on the Acropolis styled temple. The roof of it has been removed and or collapsed during this fire, so that only basically there's like some of the pillars around the edges, and then the rubble of it has been built into smaller ramshackle things on the top of this, because the temple is sitting at the highest point of this hill, and so all of the buildings seem to be there. As indeed Oriotis had said, from the back side of the temple, it is just one large blank wall, but you can see on either left and the right side that there is a guard posted on either side that just seems to be keeping a vigil there with a long bows in hand. Let's say you're probably about 150 feet or so out amongst some high mounds of boulders. So you can see pretty clearly from this distance the backside of the temple and the like ruins of everything that's kind of like around it, but more facing the front of it. What do you guys wanting to do?
I'll put up passive tetris
Okay.
for the arrow.
Okay,
won't-
just to clarify, we're on the back side of the temple, but on either side here is a guard that we can spot.
Correct. Yes.
Okay,
You said
and
the
then the other
rift
buildings
was
on the other
hidden?
side.
Yes, the other buildings are on the other side. So basically, if you were looking at it, you're facing this direction, and you can see that there's a guard on each side, with more buildings and stuff up here. But you're on like over here.
How far is each guard away from each other?
Hold on. They had this measured out. About 120, 130 feet from each other on either side.
It's a distance.
Now, we are veiled a little bit. I am not good at this, but Aphrodite did give me a little bit of a blessing that I've yet to attempt. I can potentially be very friendly towards someone who otherwise might be suspicious of us. Of course, it might not work and will wear off fairly quickly, but
you
it
saying-
could.
Also,
I could charm one over to us, at least all of us who are hidden, and we could have one of them and to question or see what we can do. Of course, it could fail if that doesn't work, but then again, the rest of you would be hidden.
How would you get him here? You would be spotted by both, but you can only charm one.
Yeah, we're sneaky. I don't know how. I only need to be within 30 feet.
But there's a long distance between here and there.
Still,
Yeah, you're about 150 feet from them right now, and it's open area.
Greek feet or Persian feet?
whatever is less.
how would the Starion feel about this? You charming and a soldier.
It would not be that kind.
I could fly inside the building, but I don't want to fly in blind.
I say, go ahead and try it.
I can
Cypress.
come
If
off
it
as
doesn't work,
non-threatening. Let's put
then
it that way.
we fight.
Maybe while you're doing that, we can distract the other one.
I am able to flee quickly with Carisha's help. So if we wanted to split off, I am confident enough that if a fight breaks out, I can retreat enough or defend myself enough to regroup with you all.
I think a fight is going to break out regardless.
I could cast a large gust that could make the air dusty. Maybe that can break up some of the what the other guards see.
Laertes, this is too far for your magic.
What's the distance again? Sorry, out of
Like
character.
150 feet.
Yeah.
You're about 150 feet from them. They're about 120 feet from each other on either
That's
side of the building.
right at my range where I can still do something a little terrible. That's not what he says.
You mean something logical.
No. He kind of is like calculating the distance in his head, and he's. Could some of us get around the other side of the building so that when this or if this goes sideways, I can create a devastating distraction on the other side, and then they don't know which direction to go.
Sounds good.
I'm very quick. I can. What do you need from the other side? Just someone ready to go.
Preferably someone with me, and then
Ah. So you would be moving to the other side.
Well, whatever side needs to be the most undetected would need an asset with them.
Have the guards been moving at all during this?
Mm-mm. They're just standing guard, keeping an eye out.
The
You see
Misto
You
eyes
even
a rock on the ground.
you even see that they have like an arrow already like knocked, but not like drawn it by any means. They just have it ready. You eye a rock on the ground, you said?
Hmm.
I could try blasting one of them right now.
Lurties.
I
Where
just
is it
wanna-
that you're wanting
Just
to
a sec.
start
I
the
just want to hear
distraction?
the rest of Themisto's thought.
Oh, yeah.
before-
Yeah,
That's
please.
it. If the Misto is the timer saying decide to do a thing, or she's going to throw a rock at the guard.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Yeah, it was. Just gonna go. Just show that map again. Saunders.
Astrid.
What are you wanting to create your distraction?
Because we're on
We're
that
on
side.
the
Where
back
you're
side.
Saunders' face.
Okay.
Yeah. We're
I've
over here.
had worse days.
But have you had many
Anywhere
better
either-
days?
Maybe on the top section,
Top
Over
section.
here.
either
Mhm.
there or the far right. Not a position I endorse at all, by the way, in real life. Just saying that now.
If the soldiers are cooped up in this building, then maybe causing a distraction here would be
We also
best.
don't know who's in that building yet.
Well,
He just all he had said was that the guards had been coming out of
coming
that,
out of it.
but now that
Mhm.
they were all out after they had been spotted.
To get to that top side of the map is exposed. Like it would
Is
just
it?
be speed, correct?
Yeah,
Mhm.
basically, dodging from boulder to boulder as best you can.
But there are a couple of boulders we could try to like
There's just no trees. There's no like
no like consistent
no
cover.
bit. Yeah, no consistent cover.
I'll go after the guard on the bottom after you all create your
These I can
distraction.
travel with you.
Okay.
All
I'll
right.
go
Misto,
down.
Cypress. Cypress, you're going to charm one of the guards, correct?
Is that still the plan? All
It's
right.
worth a shot.
Then Misto, what are you going to do?
I'm going to be here to turn him to stone if it doesn't work.
Good plan.
Good plan. All
Okay.
right. Aphrodite, guide me.
Iskra, I just want to say I love you right now.
So I
She's
need
just
to.
stone cold.
They
Uh,
attack my temple, I'm coming for their throats.
I will find you and I will kill you.
Let's see how this goes. Cypress will make sure that people have been able to get into whatever position that they've been wanting to.
Okay.
I'll
Um,
switch.
Who's going to the top? Who's
Me
going to
and
the top side?
Laertes.
You and Laertes. You go ahead and roll stealth on both your ends.
And then add 10 to it.
Nope, because we won't be within 30 feet of you anymore.
Oh, you're right. Yeah. Okay.
Is that how it works, or it's when?
Past that, a trace is
Yeah,
standing
it
beside
could
you.
be-
It's not like a
okay.
cast on particular people.
Ooh, this is gonna be real bad.
It'll be fun. What are you talking about?
It'll be bad. It'll be very bad.
Themisto, Cypress,
no.
and
Should I go with you?
Oh, I only got
Oh.
one better than you. This is bad.
So here's the fun thing. It's not a natural one, but it is a one.
Okay, that's better than a natural one. Yeah.
I need you guys to understand.
Modified one.
He's not a stealth character, and he has negatives to dex.
Oh, but
There was a
Laertes
three.
comes
His
out
joints!
with like a
Uh,
wicker hat, going, "Hello, my baby, hello."
Hey,
oh.
that would be distracting.
The sound of his
So,
popping
but here's
bones
the thing,
is
okay.
more distracting than
Back
my
on track
armor.
here for a second. I can re-roll that
Okay.
if I wanted to. But what did?
CB got a 7. I rolled a 2.
No.
I'm very dexterous, but this is a shit
Hmm.
roll, so.
That's okay.
Oh.
This
So
is
it's not really
this-
worth me
this-
rolling then.
Also, this is your first like
This is
mission,
distraction.
so you
Yeah,
know.
it's a distraction. You know.
Hey. I spent most of my life in academia. I am not going to be a stealth man. So
It's been
Yeah.
a couple of years since Phoebe's done stupid sneaky shit around a Temple of Apollo, so she's rusty.
I'm enjoying the like. It's not a net one, so it's not like the worst, but it's not great. So I imagine he's just getting up on a little boulder and just slipping on that morning dew.
Okay, I rolled for the guards on that side. Now that I know what's happening here,
No.
Themisto, Astrid, and Cypress, are going to the. We'll just call it the south side of that section.
I'm going
Okay.
to give guidance to Cypress as we go, so you
Okay.
can add a D4 to that stealth if you'd like.
Okay. You are not going to be able
Thank
to
you.
stay 30 feet from him as
Yep.
he gets, but getting close to it, you can. But him walking from cover where the last boulder
Okay.
is to that, if you're going to stay behind that boulder to be hidden, you're not going to be within 30 feet.
Then yeah, I'll just give him the guidance.
The guidance. Okay.
Yep.
And then Themisto, you're going with them, right?
Yes.
Yes. All right. Cool. Have the three of you roll for stealth as you guys are navigating from where you were
Oh,
at to the south side.
Boy.
You are,
Disadvantage.
yeah, but you do get the 10, so there is that.
I did not do well. But it's
Oh,
an
one's a
18.
nat 20. And then guidance for stealth.
Yeah, add guidance to that. Just a D4.
Plus 10.
Plus
25.
Beautiful.
up to that point.
Okay, so here's what happens. And then Themisto, what was your total?
Oh, am I supposed to be sneaking right now?
Yes.
I heard
Nice.
sneaking to me.
Snake.
How am I supposed to be sneaking right now? A snake.
Serpentine, serpentine.
Let's use this one for snaking.
I love that.
Sneaky snake.
Badger.
16.
And that's with the plus 10?
Oh, with a plus 10.
Yeah, 'cause
26.
All right. Okay. So this is how it goes. Themisto, Astrid, and Cypress, as you navigate around the back side of going southward along the map, we'll say, you sneaky snake your way from boulder to boulder, taking advantage of moments when the guard's head turns one direction to go from one side of a boulder to the next. Cypress guiding you through his. Maybe he hasn't had sneaky snake training per se, but he has had some military training and he has had some protective training. So he knows a little bit about this sort of thing, at least enough to know when to avoid guards' detections, how to stay out of line of sight, etc.
They're on the video game rotation. Give it another 2 seconds and they turns left.
Like
I
clockwork.
played this level before.
Must have been the wind.
So
Guess it was nothing.
about that.
If you hear the music get kind of tense, but not really dramatic, then it's still okay. We can hide again.
The bar over her head is yellow when
The
he's almost
the
on
little
the
the little eye starts to open and
Yeah.
then close again. Okay.
If I learned
Um,
anything from Skyrim, just put a pot over his head and you're golden.
Stay by the
Steal
hay
all the
bale.
cheese you want.
Moving down along the side of it, you have about 50. You're about 50 feet off from the guard. Cypress is the closest you can get.
Right.
You do this. By the time you get to this point, Phoebe and Laertes, who have been going the other side, not as guided by your.
We're team distraction. We're
Yeah.
on brand right now.
Bruh. The
What
guard
would I
on that far north side corner doesn't spot you as he rolled a 2 on his
Ooh.
perception.
Wow.
There is, however, a guard.
Throw one
that
up
is-
for Apollo.
There is one further around on the north side. So where those three little buildings are, there is a bunch of broken wall space. There is a guard that's on the other side of that, and he rolled a 4. So somehow,
The bar is so low. It's on the ground.
hold on, let's see.
They were having a stare into the sun contest. And they were both winning.
Yeah, so
Can do
I
it
don't make
longer
them
than
stare
you.
into the sun.
with the average here, you made it by this literal skin of your teeth. But you are on the northern side of this thing. Had you not rolled the 7, had you misrolled by 1 lower, yeah, it would have been a lot more interesting.
I have not succeeded on a roll so poorly in such a long time.
I know there's a SpongeBob meme for this exact thing where he's just sort of hiding behind that the coat
Oh,
rack with
no.
his 6 stealth, and the guard rolled a 5 and just standing in the doorway. Looks like nothing happened here.
Or I'm thinking
Back
about
out.
Kronk on the wall going, "Oh."
Yeah, that too. So you are now
Don't see me.
Laertes and Phoebe, you are now able to see at least a little bit into that front courtyard of the temple. You do see that there are buildings in the way, but you do see that there are, at the most that you have seen, like moving back and forth, 4 guards that are within the courtyard center, not counting the one that is on the outside of that.
And Oriate said they would have been in like the inner sanctum of the temple if they thought if they were prisoners. And we can't see in that far yet, correct? We can just see into the courtyard.
Because the small buildings go up maybe like 20 feet here, 30 feet there. The inner sanctum goes up probably about 70, 80 feet up. So you can't see over the edges of that.
Gotcha.
Mm.
Laertes, do we need to get any closer, or is this where you need to be?
How far away are we, Aaron, exactly?
We'll put it at the same. We'll put about 50 feet from this guy.
50 feet.
Mhm.
Okay. That is danger close, but good times. I'm going to be in my mind prepping a spell that if something on the other side starts drawing attention, I'm gonna do something unpleasant. And when she asks him the question, he just solemnly, and he starts to prepare something.
Beautiful.
And if she's ever been paying attention to him when he's been casting before, this is a pattern that he hasn't done before. And his eyes are very slowly going from that rich chocolate brown to slowly becoming blue.
Nice.
Once
Good
again,
spice.
yeah, once again, he is unaware of how Huizat's Haderach it's about to get right about now.
Phoebe will take patient defense then, keeping an eye out, because if he is entering this kind of like zone of magic, I don't know how aware he is of his settings when I see his eyes turn. So my goal is to keep him safe right now. And then do something stupid later if I have to.
Cool.
Yeah, let him do something stupid now. We're gonna find out for science today, kids.
Cypress.
Whatever splatters are left.
Yeah. Cypress, as you determine that now is the moment, what are you doing?
Cypress will once again pray for guidance from Aphrodite and the empowerment of her boon. And he will who all's with him, just to be sure?
Just well, behind you in the
Yeah,
hidden
behind,
among
not
the
going.
Themisto and Astrid.
Okay.
Pretty good.
He will nod at both of them, and then he will step out from behind it and casually, but at a pace, approach the nearest guard.
Okay. As you approach the nearest guard, you hear him. You see him turn to you now, having like revealed yourself, knocks the arrow, pulls it back, and then immediately shouts loudly, "Who are you? State your intentions."
Very sorry, friend. I did not mean to, and trying to continue to edge his way slightly closer, but keeping his hands up, trying to get within that 30-foot range. I simply am lost, and I wanted... You seemed like a friendly fellow, and I needed to ask a question of literally anyone.
He's gonna fire the arrow. It's gonna land like about 5 feet from your feet. No closer. You're at 40 feet from him. He immediately like lowers, grabs another arrow, and pulls it back and readies it again.
I'm so sorry. I did not mean to startle you. Are we not able to have a calm conversation? I'll tell you who I am.
Where did you come from? There is nobody else on this island.
Came from down the... No one else on this island. Of course there are people on this island.
Make a persuasion check.
Not long ago. Yeah.
Damn it.
Technically the truth.
Yeah.
Currently a persuasion, a 7.
Bo still pulls it a little tighter, and now you see also that you have garnered the attention of the other guard on the other corner is now grabbing the bow, and he's starting to walk slowly towards this guard. He's still like 100 he's still like 120 feet away, but he's
already getting bolt.
Okay.
Cypress will take a step back, but still smiling and still engaging with the individual. My name is Cypress. I live here. I'm so sorry. Clearly a misunderstanding. I'm looking for my brother, and I was hoping he could point me in the right direction. I'm not familiar with this part of the island. Is he saying anything?
He seems to be like trying to like you can kind of see his kind of like eyes squinting. And then finally he goes, "We have looked all over this island. Anybody who has been here has already been brought to the temple. You are lying. Where
Is my
you
brother at the
come
temple
from?
then?
What is your brother's name?"
Ricard.
Oh no, not Ricardo! We have Lucy.
I didn't say
somewhere there.
Ricardo, just Ricard.
It's the offshoot
I
of
don't know what it means.
Patrick
This is
Stewart.
Now you're about to get Rick rolled.
Wild night.
He is going to.
And thus
Oh,
into
now?
the tale of Cypress.
And now he rolls high. He fires an arrow. Right at you. It misses, so at a 6. So the arrow goes towards you, but just like wishes past.
Guiding bolt.
Guiding bolt the one that's further away.
Okay. What's the range on that one?
120.
He is 120 from the soldier. You are 50 feet from this guy, so you're at 170 feet.
Oh, okay. Then then fine. I'll do the other guy then.
Do you want to, hit this same guy right here?
Yeah.
All right. Both of you roll your attacks.
Can you go first? You're probably more likely to hit.
Okay. Let's see. That's a 22 to hit.
Ooh.
And that's
22.
going to be
That hits.
7 points of damage.
right.
Radiant damage.
And then Cypress.
With advantage now. Thank you for the guiding bolt. That is a 13.
Still hits.
It hits. That is a 16 damage.
16 damage.
He points his sword in order to shoot that bolt. It
Nice.
extends down his blade. Fist.
The guard is thrown back against the back of the temple and collapses to the ground in a smoking heap. I need you guys to roll for initiative as we go to break.
Should have told me where Ricard was. Damn it, I'm rolling so poorly.
Is everybody rolling initiative or just those two?
I'm gonna have everybody roll initiative because
If you kill them quick enough,
you
no alarm raised.
no, because there's the other guy and he just
Of
saw you
course.
guys shoot.
The
So
guy that's also named Ricard. That's why he was so taken aback.
he's like
I'm
Ricard.
Ricard.
He's like Ricard's an only child.
Or he
I
is
know
now.
Ricard. What do you know, Ricard?
All
He
right,
abandoned his family.
we'll be right back, guys. Don't go anywhere.
It is a name that drove fear back into our hearts and minds. Drove us to the very brink of extermination at the edges of our own universe.
And not just yours, but the Fae as well.
What happened in your realms was mirrored in ours.
And so together, we found a way to leave everything behind. Our homes, our way of life, our universe. All of it gone.
All with the hope that we could gain a power as strong as his and use it against him, united as a people.
As the Drea. So we came to Mir, this new and young universe. One whose fate is still being decided by its own people. And thanks to the sacrifice of our elders, we know this was Beldura's home.
And together, we will find a way to stop him, once and for all.
At least they will try.
Italian. It's got red coloration.
I'll eat pizza.
Woo! All right. We're jumping into this initiative, baby. Oh,
We rolled bad.
That being said, hold on. Let me
It's a
apparate.
map, it's a map, it's a map.
let me apparate the map camera for the one corner of the map that I didn't have room to put anything on. The literal
We thought we were
edges
gonna
of it.
come in the front door.
I mean,
So funny.
I also didn't expect you to come in the middle of the day. So, you know, they're full of surprises.
We're gay. Of course you come through the back. Or
hold on. Don't I have...
because we do things so
Somebody clip that,
differently.
please.
Wait. Don't I have... I thought I had a... No, I guess I don't. Dang it. Oh.
What did you think you had that?
Okay.
I was looking for the sad trombone, but I don't have sad trombone. Yeah,
Well,
I
mean,
know
you
I
got
have
the
that somewhere.
Price is Right failure. It's pretty good.
I guess more of me in my head just going every time. All right. We got this. Alrighty. So over here we have guard that just got obliterated. I can't put the thing on the other side, but there is now a guard that is going to be running your direction and is going, alert! Alert! He's going to be shouting after seeing his friend.
Wait, how did our initiative go?
Your initiative? Well, he was part of the initiative that went before you guys.
Everybody went before us.
So he is going to, we're just going to use the same miniature, and he is going to run, he's going to run, I was going to say he's going to run up, but at 100, he was at like, let's say 100 feet from you. He's not going to get there in that first round, so he's going to move his 30 feet and then fire his bow at Cypress, which is a 19.
Damn it.
Oh well.
But don't worry, he only rolled a 3.
Ow.
Yep, bad roll.
I need some plate armor up in here.
That is going to be his initiative. This guy is now toast, so I can put this to 0. And that's his. From the viewpoint of Laertes and Phoebe, the guard that was on your side is going to turn his head and look in the direction of where the guard is on that corner, has disappeared, and hearing the alert is going to run in that direction. So he's only moving 30 feet. So he's moving 30 feet going along the side. But he has probably 50 feet before he reaches the corner, much less makes his way around. So he's got a ways to go. That being said, Laertes, it is now your turn.
If we can move the camera to where we're supposed to be seeing.
I can not because it is outside the map range. You are like, so I have the setup for the map, but then where you are at is where the monitor currently is, or beyond where the monitor is.
Okay. I guess I'm trying to understand what I'm seeing.
In relative, like we are.
Oh, yes. So
With your hand.
Like if this was, you have guard that is back here running now this direction, and then you guys are like 50 feet that way.
We're Trevor.
So we're Cypress. Okay.
You are Cypress.
Okay.
Welcome. We are Cypress.
So do we see into the camp is what I'm trying to understand.
You can see in between a little bit of like this building and maybe a little bit of this building, but beyond that, no. And you don't see anybody else on this side. You've just seen a couple of people moving back and forth here, but never like in a group.
Okay. That kind of changes my plan a little bit, but I see that one guy.
You see the one guy that is running currently towards. Yes.
And he's running towards Themisto and all them. Yeah, is that, or he's running back to the camp?
Running along he's running along the north side of the temple to where the guard that was there now went further down.
Okay.
Hold on. Where's my?
Okay.
So the guard was
Sorry,
here.
This really messed up just my internal mapping of what was going on.
No, I know. I'm sorry. So you guys are up here, right? Guard was over here. He is now running this direction to the north side of the temple, where this guard has already gone this way because Cypress and all of them just murked this guy down here.
Okay. I am going to change tactic here, and I'm going to, I guess the left tent closest to the temple itself.
This one?
That one,
This building? Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm going to divide by 0 on that. So you just sort of see this whole thing start to just twist and spin in on itself.
Okay. It is a stone structure that is 30 feet tall, and it's got a green tarp on top of it as a roof, but it is stone. Like
I
they built up
see.
rubble to make so it's not, there's no tents, it's just tarps that are used as rooftops.
Sorry, I'm
No, it's
messing
okay.
this up a little bit. I'm
No, you're
in
fine.
between those two tents.
Mhm.
I'm gonna try and, or two buildings. My apologies. Is put that divide by 0 between the two of them as close to the front door,
Oh, okay.
because I want to create just this swirling vortex of distraction more than anything else. I'm less interested in who I'm going to hurt. If someone gets caught in that, fantabulous. But this is, I want them to just be so discombobulated about what's going on, where, who's doing what.
Okay. Perfect. What does it do? Again?
That is, so
What spell was that?
Magnify gravity.
Okay.
So it needs a 10-foot radius sphere centered on a point you can see within range, which I can. So it's, if you can hold up that the paper map again. So
Oh,
I
you're
guess
aiming
towards
for
where
it.
that's close to where
This
that
little-
little star thing that Oreo drew.
Yeah, this little thing.
So trying to get in that little like sub courtyard area.
Beautiful.
Just to rip everything up.
What kind of save is it?
It is my pod. Let me go look at that again. That is a con save.
14.
Whoever is there fails.
All right. What happens to this one person?
They're taking 14 force damage as the gravitational constant that they've grown up with their whole life now becomes this swirling, churning maw of unforgiving death.
Okay. Do they stay in that one place or do they go elsewhere?
It depends how much of them is alive.
Nothing is left. You are going to hear a scream.
There's a scattered cloud of atoms as they go through the universe's wood chipper.
Basically, there is a scream. You see that there were wood benches that were there. I'm just gonna make those automatically
This
fail.
was an old man that they had just taken out of the temple for his evening walk, and yeah, okay.
Who knows? Because now there's just like this blender effect of wood, dust, fire. Because there was a fire pit there. Fire. It just goes into this like. Almost like a little mini cyclone that it kind of goes up and into a bubble and kind of just becomes this like mess for a second of stuff before it settles. If it settles, is it a round or is it just instantaneous effect?
It's instantaneous.
Okay, so yeah, it just goes for that.
Which is probably a mercy for this guy, but
Yeah. All right, so that guy is no longer.
sorry, that turn took longer than I usually do.
No, you're fine.
Laertes, I'm glad you're with us.
Okay.
Whoosh.
That's the best face you could make to that statement. Just
Am I?
This person.
thank God Phobos did not discover meth.
All right, Astrid, it is now your turn.
Okay. She's going to throw.
I'm assuming you get out from behind cover.
Yeah, I'll get out from behind cover.
Okay.
And start. I'll run towards that second guy that's coming towards us.
Okay. You can get
we're
up.
going
What's your
towards-
running speed?
30.
All right, you can get up to where Cypress is at,
Okay.
basically, because he was like, yeah, you can get up to Cypress past him by like 10 feet.
Okay. I'm going to bonus action cast. Oh,
The
What?
guy is at this range is about 90 feet from where you're at.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I'll bonus cast Magic Stone and then fling it at him.
Perfect.
Section, yeah. No. 11 to hit.
Just misses. You see him bring up his gauntleted arm to kind of like shield him. It hits him in the arm, and he's just like ah! But he kind of just like it brings his body into the stone, bounces off and clatters on the ground.
Okay, I do have what would be 2 other stones just at the ready.
Go for it.
But that's something where like I can't do that like all at once.
Okay.
Yeah, they're just there, ready to go.
Sweet. Anything else
That's
you're gonna
my
do?
turn.
That should. Alrighty. Let's see. This one to go here. This one to go here. Oh shoot. I was wondering why this felt like it was a lot closer than it was supposed to be. All right, everything's shifted when I move things. Okay. There is a guy that is here. Astrid, Themisto, and Cypress. There's a guy that was here that's coming around the corner now and has made it to like this point. So he's probably like 70 feet from where that last guy was at that you just got, but coming down that direction. If I were to move this back, he is going to be right there.
No, get back.
Can I spider this thing? Man, it's a good thing that this. Thank you, Graham, for this lovely little toy, because its leg span allows for some.
It's getting worse, my dude. It's getting worse.
It's bunny spreading. All right. So at least you can kind of see that this guy is running in that direction. These are all those guys. Themisto, it is now your turn. Followed by
On a
Cypress.
meta level, I'm tempted to just dash towards the correct side of the map. But what we'll do is the man that was just attacked by Astrid.
Mhm.
I am Themisto rising from the forest, her snakes hissing, trying to, just being intimidating if she can be, gets out of her crouched position and stands with her shield raised so that just her eyes are visible and her snakes are up and hissing at him, and then smacking the shield with her sword, she shouts, "The sun guides!" And then the sun catches the light on her sword and like shines back at her own eyes, and then says, "And it burns." And she will point the sword towards him, and do a guiding bolt with the sun symbol on her shield illuminating and sending out a ray.
Beautiful. All right, make your attack.
All right, Phoebe, Laertes, I need to see a guiding bolt from you in this fight.
I have an idea.
Everyone's doing it.
Does a 13 hit?
It does.
Yay. Okay.
He's like running, gets hit with the rock, kind of brings his arm down just in time to see this bolt of light just go across the field behind this temple.
Apparently, all it does is a minor sunburn, though, because the damage that I dealt was very insignificant. But who knows?
Every little bit counts.
So that's a 6.
6? Okay. Hey, like she said, every little bit helps. Every little bit helps. Bam. You see him stumble and fall to the ground. He's not dead, but he did stumble. Like the pain kind of like made him trip up. He kind of stumbles, rolls, and tries to get up again, but is having a hard time.
I know it's kind of dual purposes, so tell me if I don't get away with it. But I was hoping to maybe intimidate him and get him to flee as well.
Make an intimidation check then.
trying to be the scary Gorgon people say I am. Apparently, the mist is just too cute. That's a 7.
That's fair. As you do that, and with his, because it's a charisma roll. Is that what that is?
Yeah.
And with his roll, he's going to, as he gets up, he's going to shake his head, like from the impact, kind of rolling, kind of just shake his head, look over at you, and continue moving as he says, "Fear is on my side. I have nothing to fear itself." And he's going to keep running. He rolled a 17 on his. Okay.
Dead, bravely running away.
Is that all your? Is that Are you just rising? Are you moving anywhere?
Yeah, let's close the distance. So I will move my full movement of 30 feet towards him.
Okay. Cool.
Just imagine someone running at full speed away from a threat, and they're like, "I have nothing to fear."
No, Cypress, is your turn.
So
You have a guy
we've
that is
blown up the closest guard.
correct. He is on his smoldering pile on the ground.
How close is the other closest guard?
This guy is currently 60 feet from you, and the other guy is 90.
90. Seems like a good time. Cypress will flash of gold enter Fabio mode
Okay.
with his peerless athlete for a
Beautiful.
bonus action, which I believe increases movement speed. Won't be enough to get to him anyway. Yes, but he does have now 40 movement. He will sprint towards there's the two sides of the building.
Yeah.
Should
One
probably
is
get
90,
closer to-
one is 50. This one is.
He'll run
this
along
one
the side that'll get him closer to the front of the building where all the danger is.
Okay.
So that he's not stuck on the opposite side to deal with one person.
Oh, that's the wrong character. It's this one. You're gonna get right up to this guy.
And then let me check my inventory. I've been trying to be on top of this. I still have, how many javelins do I got? Yes.
And then Phoebe, you're gonna be up next.
Thank you. I don't know how many javelins I got. As long as I've got 2, I would like to chuck both. Yeah, I do have 2. Exactly. So I will throw a javelin at him.
Perfect.
That is... Ooh. When thrown... That is a 26.
Oh, that hits.
Which does use strength, right? For a thrown rather
It
than
doesn't matter.
dex.
26 is fine.
But for like damage and stuff. I think so.
Oh. Yes.
I think it's strength. And that is 12 damage.
All right, that guy's dead. You see, you throw the javelin, and it just pierces through him, and he just collapses onto the ground, breaking the shaft of the javelin as he falls. Poof. You have like a half javelin.
You die easy. And he'll just run past him.
Well, yeah. Oh, okay.
Unless there's someone else who shows up within 30 feet. He will not. He'll just hold on to his other one.
Yep. All right. Phoebe, it is your turn.
Okay, I have a few questions for you.
Yes.
You said that the inner sanctum of the temple is 70 feet high,
Yes.
and the next lowest wall is how high?
Though all the walls of the temple are. Let me see if I did this right. Yeah, they're
Are we
50.
breaking out some
Sorry.
Pythagorean
Yeah,
theorem?
this is 50 feet high.
Okay. How is my movement halved if I carry somebody flying?
Yes, I think so. I don't remember. I have no idea. We're just gonna say no. for right now.
Okay, I get my full
Okay.
movement.
Sure. Because they're magical wings and not you.
Eagle.
Okay. I am going to ask, I'm going to say Laertes, how would you feel about getting the high ground?
Let's do it.
All right. I'm going to pull on that gold thread from my new bracelet again. And as it surrounds, the solar wings are going to flare out again as I use my Celestial Revelation. I'm going to scoop my arms underneath Laertes, and we're going to shoot all 70 feet up to the top of the wall.
Is she
That is
my
my-
like radiant jetpack right now? Is that what's going on?
So that's
friggin'
my
rad.
bonus action movement, and I'm going to dash to get up there. 'Cause
Okay.
That would give me 100 feet of movement.
Okay.
No, that would give me 80 feet of movement, which still gets me to the top. Us to the top.
Okay. Getting to the top of the temple, I will give you an overview of this map as a whole. This does have a roof over the top of this, but you do get to see a bird's eye view of.
Okay. Or is it
That's really what I'd be
fully-
looking for.
Yeah, is the roof fully covered, or are there like cracks in it?
It's fully covered. It's like one of those.
Okay.
It's got a like a foot drop on the inside of it, so the edges of the wall go up a little bit. That's why you couldn't see if there was a roof on top. So it's kind of
Okay.
like. Does that make sense?
We'll land on the roof then, because that will allow Laertes to take care of the courtyard.
In theory,
In theory, but you can see
Well,
more than hiding behind.
that is very true.
All right, so we'll go up here.
And now I know that there's a roof.
And thank you for doing that because I did not really know how I was going to get this next thing going. So
Immediately that you can see, you see that there's 1, 2, 3. Oh, let me face them so that they're not paper thin. Haha.
there's
One.
one little scattered pile over there.
Yeah, there was this person here, but this is now all gone. There we go.
There was Rickard.
Oh no.
No, my brother. You'll have to grab it and be like, he's not real.
okay.
You've got it too deep.
I wish I could try and. Oh, there you kind of see yourself at the top there. All right. So
my
fly him up there. Oh,
Thank you, Phoebe.
You're welcome, Laertes.
There is going to be this door is going to open, and an individual walks out. The door, he has to bust the door open as he walks out, and then I need him to make a perception check to see if he notices that you guys are up there.
I like to imagine that he tried to kick the door open, but the previous casting just had already ripped it asunder.
Yeah, he has to like
He's just
shove
sort of
it
kicking
outward.
air and just wait. That isn't how it normally goes.
I have to applaud your map making skills once again now that we get to see more than just the backside.
The 8 is not enough. He's not going to notice this, but he's going to see the wreckage of the spell down here at the bottom, and he's going to start shouting commands. He's, where did the alarm come from?
See, now it's good that we attack during the day because he can't notice these giant solar wings on the roof.
Yeah, that's fair. All right.
I can't see anything. It's too bright out. It must be the sun. Oh, wait a minute.
And he is the last, so we go to the top of the initiative order. That is, we skip. This guy is the one that's on the far back of the building that just got shot with the missile's bolt is going to fire off his arrow at Astrid, since you try to hit him with the rock. That is going to be 16 to hit.
That matches. So yes.
That is 5 points of piercing damage from the arrow because I rolled max damage. The arrow flies at you. Zoo. That's all. And he's going to move closer. So he is now within 20 feet of. Wait, 90. No, that's not correct. Oh, God. Okay. So 50 feet. He's now 50 feet from you guys as he continues to run. And then we have this guy is toast, so he is no longer. All right, Laertes, it is now your turn. You're at the top.
Okay, where is the largest cluster of gooneries?
Probably these 4 guys that are right here.
Okay.
These 2 are close together. They're within 5 feet of each other. This guy's 10 feet away, and this guy's 10 feet behind him.
Okay.
Or 15.
Can you show me a 20-foot radius sphere?
Maybe.
I want to see if I can get as many of them as possible.
What is this?
This map is so friggin' cool, man.
This one?
Ooh.
Oh, that seems like that would get a lot.
Oh my god.
This is 20-foot radius.
If you can move it slightly more towards you, I think I can get. Oh my god,
You can get
that is
2, 3,
devastating.
4. You can get the 5 of them there.
Never thought going last as monk would be so beneficial.
That almost looks like 6, but never mind. Okay, 5 is good.
Yeah, because if I move it further to get the one on the south, you'll miss one of the ones at the top.
Fair
top
enough.
corners.
Okay. Yeah, we'll go for the 5. Thanks for that.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been thinking about this for a while. So I never thought I would actually take this spell, but in my head, I actually made it work.
What the hell?
Aaron.
I forgot to light the fires in the giant urns.
Oh,
The beacons are lit.
Aaron!
Girls parade.
no, we're about to fix
Stop.
that.
Hold on.
So, as we discussed earlier, when he was meditating at the start of the day, he was innately aware of every single mote and atom and element within a limited radius. Off in the distance, he finds 2 free-floating disparate atoms of hydrogen. They start to spin. No one else can see it, but he's forcing them to turn all their angular momentum in on themselves.
Oh
Where
no.
they crash right into each other in the center. They fuse into helium. Now, helium itself is a very innocuous element. However, the energy that is given off when they shed the electron shell is a small amount of energy, part of thermonuclear fusion. They all have to roll a dex save of 16 or take 8d6 force damage.
Oh. You said dexterity saving throw?
Yes, please.
That's delightful.
Math is fun, kids.
I like that was
Terrifying.
That felt like a lecture.
7.
As you described it. It's perfect.
Oh no,
Oh
that's-
my god.
20.
Okay.
7. Natural 1 for a 2.
Oh no.
Should have paid attention in school.
5.
And what's the
See-
5th one?
No, that was all 5.
Sorry,
See,
what-
I don't
were
know
they?
if
It was-
those who saved are gonna be fine.
I think only one saved with a 20.
How far away is he from me? Because I think I can make him re-roll.
Wait, where did I just put the freaking ruler?
I think that's 60 feet that I can do that.
Yo, this.
Oh, it's only
sucks.
30 feet. I'm not
Thank you,
close enough to
Genasi.
do it. Don't worry
Okay.
about it. So, for
That's
one
like-
brief, shining, glorious moment in the Temple of Apollo, there is a glorious dawn.
Oh no.
They take 30 damage, force damage,
As
and whoever
a-
saved takes half.
Okay, so. Hold on.
Ah, you have swords. We have a
We have a
We have a
Laertes.
scientist.
There is this moment where it kind of there's this like odd quiet. Oh, no, this is not the right kind of thing.
Oh no, Laertes is evil art.
You just see this. There's like a little bit of, and then I don't know what the sparkles that kind of just exist here for a second. Just like looks like a firework that's like about to catch.
But like an inverse firework,
Yeah.
as it's almost like being sucked in rather than sparking out.
Right. Yeah, because I would say that those the outer like sparkles that all appear in that radius, and then they kind of go. Whoosh, everybody in that area, it's like a Star Trek disintegration. Just like we're running towards this back area, and all of them just kind of like run, and then part Thanos, part just like when they light fire to steel wool, it just kind of goes and this incinerate into nothing as these guys get knocked out.
I must hurry to the further temple. They need me.
Knocked out. Your Pokemon has fainted.
Yeah. So anything else in that area, like loose, clothing or debris, is on fire at this point.
What about that tarp on top of the?
That is up to Aaron, but it might be if it was caught in the radius.
You make sure that I took out these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay.
So for anybody wondering, that's just a like reflavored fireball.
Gotcha.
Don't tell
It's still
Ares what
gnarly.
you know,
It's the
Laertes.
best description of Fireball I've heard.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah, that was pretty wild. Fireball. Oh
and
my god.
There's two things that happen then. Like he gets a little woozy, and it's very good that he's leaning on Phoebe, because that took a lot out of him. And she would realize, like, he's not emaciated, but he is quite lanky. And he kind of just looks over the side, very not happy with doing that, but at the same time, well, going back to Oppenheimer, doing a terrible thing to end something already terrible faster.
All right. I literally can't believe I had that stupid thing and then it's gone. Okay. That ends Laertes' turn. It is now Aster's turn. You are back here in the back. And there is the one guy that is 40 feet from where you're at right now.
She's going to release another magic stone.
Cool.
Okay. That's going to be 21 to hit
That definitely hits.
with 6 points of damage.
Whoa. 6 points damage? All right, cool.
Mhm. And then activating Archer Starry Form. Her skin, starting from her extremities and from her third eye outward, she's encased in a galaxy as she flings forward a meteorite. That's going to be not good. Does not hit.
All right.
A 9.
Yeah. As the stone like strikes, it like ricochets off the stone on the back and like clatters to the ground, becoming a regular stone once again. And as you fire off that next volley, it the cultist now like dodges down a little bit as it flies over his head. All right.
She's going to move forward, trying to get within like 20 feet of him, if she can.
Oh yeah, the guy in the back, easy, for sure. All right. That ends his turn. Oh. That was the same guy that the Misto hit. He's gone. Astrid. I forgot. He only had I was looking at the wrong.
He's left.
Yeah, there's cultists. I don't have. Yeah, I was like found the one that had been hit already, and I remember that was the one that's the back that had been hit by the beam already. So he is now toast. So there's nobody in sight for you right now. So if you want to use that movement to come follow Cypress, you can do that instead.
That'll work instead. Yeah.
All right, cool. Take care of this person. Needs to go away. You can start coming this way.
Yeah, I'll
There was
dash
a
so I can
horror-
catch up to Cypress.
Do you
There was a
have?
horrible sound from up front. We need to see what
Yeah.
it was.
Yeah, she'll dash. So 60 feet as far as she can.
Did you not use your bonus action already? Or can
Well,
you
if I-
use bonus action dash? Didn't you just attack?
Well,
your
if
action?
But
Well,
if the guy didn't exist,
right,
then
if he didn't
No,
exist,
he
then that
did
didn't
exist.
happen.
No, I said he was
Oh.
still alive after your first hit. So when you first struck him, he only had 3 hit points left. Your
Oh, it's
first
the magic
hit,
stone.
yes, that would have knocked
Okay.
him out.
Then, yeah, bonus action. No, I'm just. Yeah, nothing happens.
Okay, so you just run,
Yeah.
continue to run that direction. All right,
Yeah, that's fine.
Themisto, it is now your turn.
well, if the area has been cleared, then the Misto is also going to run.
Beautiful, beautiful. All right. Run out.
Lele.
And no
Nice.
reason to split up. I will stay with the crew. And why not do a dash so that we are
All right, cool.
all the way where as close to them as I can be.
Yep. All righty. Beautiful. Cypress, it is now your turn.
No enemies, right?
At the moment, no.
And I imagine there aren't enemies within sight if I go 40 feet.
Let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. You get to this like little space between buildings. And you can see around this side that there is a doorway at the end of this. Where's my finger? It's right down here at the end of the alleyway. There's a door that's over there, and then the 2 large temple doors. There is like this temple sits on like about a 5-foot raised surface from the rest of it. So there's a little bit of a ramp that goes up that you can't see over there because it's just flat, but technically it goes up 5 feet. But you see the entrance to the main building from there.
How tall is or more, how structurally sound does the building he's next to look?
Very.
Roof-wise.
Oh, it's just a tarp. It's just like a sheet.
Okay.
They're using like sails to cover for like roofs, but have used rubble to build up walls.
I'm tempted to just jump up into the tarp.
Gosh, I don't have my stupid thing. I mean, you do what you want.
Yeah, he's gonna do that. He's gonna.
How high can you jump?
Regular high jump rules. If you move at least 10 feet immediately before the jump, you can move up to 3 plus your dexterity modifier, which is 21. And with Peerless Athlete,
Modifier?
strength modifier. Okay, yeah, still. Thank you for that check. But 7 feet. But with Peerless Athlete, it's even more.
Which is
Yeah, let me check myself as I wreck myself.
Did I drop it in there? The heck, y'all? Oh my god. Found it literally in front of my face, but because it is transparent and has blocks, it literally blended into the map itself.
The distance of your long and high jumps increases by 10 feet, so it becomes 17 feet.
Oh, this is 20 feet high.
Then I will forego for now and
You
just
can-
go around the corner.
You can try climbing up. Like I would
Nah.
let you try and get. That's 3 feet. So if you really want to try it, I'd make you roll a dex check to see if you could do it.
I do have advantage. And then, well, I know I'm gonna fall down there anyway. Sure, I'll go for the jump. to try and make that
Make it it's gonna be, you have to beat a 13 on the
13?
DC.
Athletics or acrobatics? One of the two.
Acrobatics. Because it's
That is
dexterity based.
a nat 20 plus 5.
Okay.
Acrobatics, you said, right?
Yeah. So, in this case, then, as you jump into the air to get up on top of this corner, oh boy,
You see those calves bulge.
yeah, you jump up into the air, and it's almost as if there's one your fingers are just barely not going to reach it. And at that last little minute, it's like someone gives you a boost upwards, and you feel like you're just given a little bit of a push to grab onto the top. You pull yourself up and over, and you see that the sail is it's like a tent style, like tied down tight. There are these 2 tent poles that hold it up here in the center, but on each of the edges, it's just like ropes that are staked into the ground to keep it from like flapping off. Do you try and slip in under it?
Yes, I don't want to take too much advantage of the action economy than what I'd be permitted. For one thing, how much was that total amount of movement in feet? Because I believe though my jump gets more, it can't max out of my 40 movement speed.
That was 20. Well, I was just gonna say that was 30 feet to get to the top.
Oh, okay.
Because it was 10 feet to move forward. The 10 feet you needed to then jump that, like
perfect
parkour up the side.
Then yes, I would like to slip under it.
All right. You use your sword to cut 2 of the ropes and fall in to the bottom, landing with a thud on a wooden dresser that is there on the inside, and it clatters over.
Shit!
As this moves away, you fall into this room that has 12 beds in it, and currently there are 5 guards that are now all turn in their attention to you. They're just like, they look at where you came from, and you see them reaching for scimitars as they are now going to rush you.
Gentlemen.
I imagine he's like Kenobi.
Gentlemen.
Hello there.
Hello there.
But we were gonna cut now back up to the top.
Was that all my action and everything?
That was to get in there and everything.
Okay.
Did I see that happen?
Oh yeah.
How far away is that building?
Oh my god, I almost did it fucking again. Where to the other corner, it's probably like 35 feet.
Perfect. I'm gonna look at Laertes. I will be right back. I want to fly to the corner of the building, and then I want to I'm going to start off by shooting 2 radiant sunbolts.
You cannot see inside it because the tarp is no. You can see.
Oh,
because
you moved it all off.
I moved it off. Correct.
Okay, then that might change what I do then. So
Okay.
I see him.
You see,
there's
there's like
into there.
There's like a little corner of it that has fallen in where he had slipped inside. But you don't see. I mean, it's still on there. It's just now sunken
that
into the
changes
corner.
Things. So if I made it to that corner, I wouldn't be able to like peek inside. I would have to go like.
Before it gets too far into Phoebe's turn, just to clarify, am I prone? Is there a way I cannot be prone?
Yeah, you can get up.
Okay, great. Thank you. Carry on.
Well,
that will matter as
you have 30. Yeah, but you already used all your movement. You need movement to get up from being prone. Do you not? Unless
shoot, I have to move.
I do, but I do. But what part did you say was my action?
The cutting of the ropes to get inside.
Okay, fair enough. Then, yeah, if that's my thing.
Okay.
Can I crawl then? Just further into the corner?
You have no movement left.
Oh, none? Okay.
None. Yeah, because it was 30 feet to get to the top, and then you just fell in.
I've got 40 feet with Peerless Athlete.
Okay, so then you have 10 feet to get.
But didn't he use the 10 feet to initially approach the alley? So
No, because
yeah,
I
no
only
movement.
went 30 feet for that. Because it was 10 feet. It's 20 feet up, 10 feet to run. So that would be the 30 feet. So he's got 10 left.
Sure.
Sure. Oh, yeah.
Right, thank you. Sorry, I don't mean to nickel
Yeah.
and dime. They're
Don't
just
worry.
about
You'll
to
get
stab me a
yours.
Thank you. Please carry on.
Phoebe, what are you gonna do?
How many people can I see in the courtyard?
Currently 2. There is a person that is right here. It seems to be guarding the doors, and this person just came out and is staring in like mouth agape at the obliteration that just occurred.
Oh, and I know that bottom building though is supposedly the barracks.
Mm-hmm.
Cypress. Okay, in that case, I will still look at Laertes and say, I'll be right back. And I am going to use a key point to, what's it called? My monk's Step of the Wind. So I can get to the right corner and get inside.
Yeah. I mean,
So
you
that's
still
it.
have plenty of movement to get. Let's see, what is your flying speed?
40.
Yeah, 40 would get you to like this side of the building already.
But I
and
need to
then-
get inside the building
So then, if you
with
wanted
Cypress.
to, okay, so step in the wind. Yeah, that will get
Yeah.
you down in there. Beautiful. I'm
Can
gonna.
we
Thanks for dropping
twist it a little bit?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Oh, give me one second. I'm just trying to like
You're good.
adjust. To where everything fits again. So as you still with your radiant wings fly it down into that corner, this dark. Well, initially it was kind of a dark room because the only light is coming from these 2 windows that are on this
Superhero
side.
landing.
you go in there,
I have dark vision.
and now it's lit because you have your wings that are still up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So now
Oh yeah,
the
I'm
whole
keeping them
room-
up a full minute.
Yeah.
All right. How much movement would you say that took?
It's about to get in there. It
Mhm.
was about like 30 feet. So you're not, yeah, about 30 feet.
How much total would it have been to get from the roof down into there?
To where you were at the 70.
70. Okay, so I have 10 feet left.
Mhm.
I would like to go up to the dude standing on the bed.
This one right here.
I'm going to punch him 3 times.
Thank you, Phoebe.
That is a dirty 20.
That hits.
Yes. So I want to. That is going to be an uppercut. That is a 26.
That also hits.
And then hold on. No, I only get 2 hits. I can't bonus action because the bonus action was Step of the Wind. Okay, so
Alright.
it's 2 hits. 10. Hold on. 10 bludgeoning plus. I always forget about my radiant one. Plus 3 radiant damage.
How do you want to do this?
Oh, so that was just the first hit. Okay, so we're gonna keep that roll for the second hit, if that's okay. So yeah, just like an uppercut. Using the rage of the desecrated Temple of Apollo.
All right, this guy. Where are you punching him? Just like straight in the face.
We'll knock him in the guts.
All right. Poof, there is like this impacting crunch sound as he is sent flying into the bed behind him. And not only is there like the impact, this like crispied wherever that punch hit, but it's still kind of burning embers across his chest as it kind of starts to consume his clothing a little bit. Not like he's on fire, but just kind of like burning slowly.
Then I want to point at the other guy, the one I'm next closest to.
This one.
I'm gonna point at him, and then I'm gonna take my other hand and draw back like Apollo, and I'm gonna release I gotta remember the names of my things. A radiant sunbolt, and that would be the 26.
Beautiful.
So this is going to be 11 points of radiant damage.
How would you like to do this as well?
Oh, just straight in the middle of the chest.
This guy also goes flying back
With
into
one
the
of
wall.
Apollo's celestial arrows.
And
So that they
both-
can remember whose house this is.
Beautiful. Okay. Cool. That takes care of that. Is that the end of your turn?
That is the end of my turn.
All right. This guy
Appreciate it.
over here, having seen the movement now and you falling from the ceiling, is going to look up, see Laertes over there.
Oh, and he's kind of just panting, flop sweat.
Hey, maybe if you hit the roof, it's like 3/4 cover.
He is going to, you can hear him kind of like whisper to himself, points 2 fingers together, and you see this dark energy swirl from around his arms and fire off. That is going to be a, shit. It's an 8 to hit.
That is literally... No, wait a minute. It may not be my AC. Do I have that prepared? So, beautiful. Technically, that is my AC. However,
Oh my god, I forgot.
have shield. So, as this putrid force just comes at me after I just did that awful thing, it's as if I'm still sort of charged up, and there's this gravitational push as I reach out and stop whatever was heading my way. It just sort of scatters into that same atoms as the guy that was down in front of him.
Nice. He is going to curse at the wind. And there's like a swirling shadow that happens behind you. And he... Hold on. I'm sure I can do this. Yeah. He is going to summon a spiritual weapon. And it's going... The energy that had blasted past you comes back around and starts to swirl around in a vortex of black that seems to have a screaming face next to it. I'm just gonna use this as a miniature, this little lovely as a
Oh, that's cute.
you know, just a screaming black little vortex of spinning black energy. But that's I think.
It gets to attack on that same round, doesn't it?
Does it? I couldn't.
I'm
That's
pretty
what I was trying to look for.
I don't cast it, so I don't know. I
Yeah.
keep thinking he gets to.
What spell?
Spiritual
You
weapon.
can make.
Yes, it does
Ah.
hit on the same
Yeah.
turn.
Okay. So
Goodbye, folks.
That's a 10. But your shield.
So once again, shield is still up. So it's just this. How is it striking me? What is it trying to do?
It like expands out. It looks like in Control, you know, the little warbles of energy.
Ooh,
So it's just kind of this warble of black energy that just kind
you are
of
speaking my language.
that just spikes outwards, and tries to almost dagger with this black smoke like tendrils. And then hits
I
shield.
imagine in this case, the shield is this manipulation of gravity. So as it's trying to push out, it's like he's trying to crush it back in on itself.
I like it. I love it.
It's this sort of contest of will.
I think that means it's concentration, right?
I think so.
Our priestess is spiritual weapon concentration.
Let me take a look.
It doesn't say anything about
Spiritual
concentration.
weapon. No,
It says it's just lasts for a minute. I don't
Okay.
see anything about concentration.
it's just a great spell. Just
Okay.
stays up.
That's done. Then we're gonna move around this corner. There's gonna be a guy that's gonna pop up around the corner to see what all the fuss is coming down this direction. He's gonna see Themisto and Astrid, and is gonna fire a his bow shot. That is going to be not good, because as he tries to reach for Themisto, that is going to be an 8 total. I'm assuming you just bring up your shield as the arrow comes flying your
Absolutely.
direction. Blocks off. All right, cool.
Sandaled feet still in motion.
Yep. Top of the round. That guy's gone. I need to have deleted him earlier. There is that guy's also gone. Got it by him. Laertes, it is your turn.
And it was that guy that kind of just had walked out of that small building, right? That had
This one right
sent
here.
this away. Okay.
Yeah.
You know what? I feel like he didn't take me seriously the first time. So there's going to be another thermonucleonic explosion where he is.
Oh my god.
Actually, can I do that where it will get the guy at the front door as well? Can I do that? Will that work?
I think you're muted.
Whoops. No, you either get one or you get the other
Hello,
one.
Raiders.
Oh no, we're rated.
They're right.
That's
there's-
fine. I want to go for this guy doing things that I don't like.
Beautiful. Awesome.
So I'm not going to go through that whole description again.
Yeah.
He's got to make a deck save.
All right. A deck save on the guy. On the guy. Deck save. Oh, no. Well, okay.
I didn't roll that great. So,
Well, he only rolled the 20.
oh, only.
So half damage, right?
Yeah. So 23 force damage cut in half.
11?
I don't remember if you round up or down. So
We're down. All right. There is this like firing off of the energy, the same like warping effect.
he's also
Yes.
going to have to take a con save, as I'm going to do something else to him because he's right where he's causing problems.
All right. That is an 11 on the
That is-
Constitution check.
Fantastic.
Uh-oh.
So he's only going to take 3 additional force damage.
Okay.
And sorry, it was a wisdom save, not a con.
Oh,
If that
wisdom.
changes anything. Yeah.
Let's see here. I think so. Well, wisdom would be 13 then.
Okay, he still fails. He's going to become fixed in time for a moment. As he
The fire, well, we'll just say it's fire. It goes off and just kind of like blasts outwards as everything explodes around him.
On a failed save, the target has the restrained condition until the start of my next turn. You can use this benefit a number of times, blah, 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 blah. So, yeah, he's restrained.
Restrained?
So as he
I will-
becomes just frozen in place, maybe mid-casting.
I will never
Nice.
play one, but I love playing with a wizard.
It's fun.
So that would have been, what, total 14 force damage to this guy, I think?
You see that as that like same like all the sparkles start to shine within the radius of your ability, gets immediately sucked inwards and then blasts outwards again. You see that instead of dissipating, they reform once more and seem to like grip on, like it's almost kind of like a fairy fire kind of thing where like the sparkles stick to him, but they just kind of like make him look kind of sparkly, and they seem to be fixing him in place, like they're not allowing him to move.
The way I kind of see it is a little, again, more physics stuff. Do you remember when you would look at the like old school 3D glasses? And when you take them off, you get that sort of weird sort of blue and red
Mhm.
color shifting to everything, and it's all kind of wibbly wobbly. That's kind of how I see him, where he's kind of just, it's fixed in place, but the whole thing's trying to fight against itself. And if I try and move away from that spiritual weapon, that's going to take a swipe at me, isn't it? Do I understand that correctly?
No, I think you can only do it on a bonus action. Like it's them moving it on a bonus action.
They get opportunity attack.
Do they?
Spiritual weapons do?
Spiritual weapons do, yeah.
Then it's just better kind of for me to stand where I am. It's almost as if I just did that, and I'm kind of just trying to force this shield back up against it, trying to compress it back into itself.
Nice.
I'm multitasking, and I'm having a day.
Fair enough. All right, Astrid, it is now your turn. You are running down this side here. And you see the Themisto just in front of you has blocked off the arrow that had shot at her from this gentleman over here. So, what are you doing?
She's gonna, having seen Cypress like jump up and disappear into the roof. She's gonna say, "Oh, come on, Cypress," and she's gonna like close her eyes for a moment and think really hard and say, "Be the astral, be the astral," and she's gonna try to activate her radiant soul.
Nice.
I believe in you.
Yeah. And then she like opens her eyes and like yells out as her butterfly galaxy wings sprout outward, and her eyes begin to glow.
Sweet. All right.
She's going to fly forward and cast a with bonus action. Cast that.
I think your wings are your bonus action.
They are an action for me.
Oh, okay.
It's return. What's her long rest as an action? She'll use the archer bolt.
What is it? 40 feet that you go?
For the archer bolt?
Yeah.
60.
No. Your movement.
Oh,
you said you were moving
30.
forward, right?
30 feet, yeah.
So we get you right there.
I'll have her move at an angle going up towards that to try to get an eye view of Cypress for a second if she can. Yeah.
Okay. We'll put you up there then, and you're gonna fire the bolt up to this guy.
Yeah.
Beautiful. All right, go ahead and make your attack roll.
I hate this. I'm never gonna use this dice. This goddamn online dice. It's a nat one again.
Okay.
Oh,
So he will just say that for the flavor of it, he ducks around the corner as the bolt goes to where he's at. Just because he's right there. It's not like he literally moves around the corner. He just kind of like uses it for cover as it whoosh goes past where he is. You get up to the that distance up in the air. Go ahead and make a perception check for me real quick as we go to Themisto up next.
I really need to stop using this dice. I got another nat one.
You gotta listen to
Okay,
yourself.
I'm not gonna use it. I'm not gonna use it. I'm just gonna remove it from my thing so I don't even have the opportunity to fail that way. It's okay. It's fine. Yay, that's my turn. Woo.
Okay. Themisto, what are you doing? You see
Themisto
Astrid
is-
like fly overhead. Sorry.
That's perfect. I am going to run to the juncture where there is the alley between the two walls.
Perfect.
How much movement does that take me?
That should be like 25 from where you were at.
Okay. Can I see any baddies if I look down the alleyway?
No, you see a doorway and the far side doorway of the temple over here. but the only baddie that you see is the one that is right here in the corner.
Can I see Laertes on the roof?
I would say you're in the process of seeing the exchange of fire currently that is like happening between the two spots. So yes.
Okay.
He doesn't see
Um,
the one in the doorway?
It is just in the inside of this broken door. It's covering.
Oh,
from her.
my bad, sorry.
Nah, you're good.
Then Themisto's just gonna fork and go that direction. Bifurcated tongue. She forks. Anyway.
Yeah, she does. Never mind.
Oh no.
Oh no.
And head towards the door using the rest of her movement. And you know what? She's probably gonna do a dash too.
Okay. Putting then 5, 10, 20, 25, 30. We're just gonna say it puts you right at the corner of this building. Let me see here. So you are move paper, don't fall though. You are like right here next to there's like large brazier that has the fire that's on the inside. So you can see what looks like from this angle, you can kind of see it looks like there's a person up here on the top of the steps. And then you can also see from that angle the priest that is over here that is firing, doing the exchange of fire, but looks like he is currently being held by some sort of force.
And you've seen this effect a few times, so you would probably recognize who did it and why and how.
Okay. I dashed, so that's it. You muted.
No, I said, all right. And you haven't missed anything. Cypress, it is now your turn. You're
Ooh,
inside
nice.
the barracks.
Stand straight up.
Yep.
Cool.
All right.
Tossing a cocky smirk over to Phoebe. He will rush towards the one closest to him on the right.
She's just
And-
giving you a disappointed big sister look.
Routine. Okay.
He will dedicate to using his action. He's going to bonus action shield bash.
Okay.
So athletics competition, I believe, for a shove to the ground. Nat 20.
10.
Good luck. Bonk. And then he's going to stab him.
All right. Are you like, what does the bash do?
I'm shoving him prone
Oh, okay. So shoving him down
with
okay.
my bonus action, yeah.
Got it.
And then 22 to hit.
22 hits.
All right. And I'm using my sword. It's D8. That is 11 slashing.
11 slashing. Okay. That definitely dispatches that guy.
Noted. I will run up to one of the other two.
You have 10. You have 5. Wait, that was 15 to get up.
It was 20 of my 40. Because I'm still peerless.
Right. Oh, 20 of you to get up. It was 15 to get up to where this guy was.
Oh, okay. So I don't have much more.
This guy is toast. It's 10 more feet to get to either one of these two guys from where they're at right now.
Is there a way to safely toss a javelin to Phoebe?
Meta, yes. Non-meta, you've never thrown. Who knows?
You could do that reaction thing.
He wouldn't do this in a way that could harm her, but I would love to proc the if she's willing to use her reaction, which is entirely up to her. The missile
Can't use it for
redirect.
anything else.
Literally lob a javelin towards her, and she can throw it as her reaction. Just
to
to
hit-
see.
Make it an attack roll to. You have to like.
You have
toss
to
it
hit
in.
me.
Yeah, you have to hit
Fair
her.
enough. All right. That is a 22.
Yep. Okay. You roll damage because I have to reduce damage to
Alright.
0.
How much can you reduce it by?
1d10 plus 10.
Oh, okay.
So at minimum 11.
Only 7.
Okay. So
Nice.
don't even need to roll it because it's going to do it. Okay. So, oh, this is so cool. Okay. So you're going to throw this javelin at me. And we've never talked about this before, but I am going to snatch it out of air, spin it around me, and throw it at the guy on the left.
This guy right there.
Yes. And
Cool.
this is going to use a key point. So, I don't have a javelin in my...
It is a d6 plus strength for throwing.
Okay. Does the javelin count as a monk weapon?
I think it can.
We'll
Because I
say
really
yes for
needed to
now.
not use strength. Okay, then that would be a 19. And that is going...
You are proficient with spears and javelins. Yeah.
Sweet. Okay, and then that is 9 points of piercing damage.
Which is how you cat. How are you wanting to do this? Teamwork.
Catch it, baby!
Again, I'm going to snatch it out of the air and spin it around and then fling it at the guy. And like the Radiant Sunbolt did, I want it right through the chest.
All right. He flies back, and we'll say with the force of it, gets pinned to the wall back here.
You see Cypress in a more childlike way than you've ever seen him be like, "Woo! We did it! We're establishing that!
She's just like
Teamwork!"
some of that more like awkward nonverbal communication they got to work on.
It'd be so cool if it like grazed her fire wings as she's spinning it, and so it's now a flaming javelin.
Yeah, sure. It's
What
glowy.
flavor? Yes. Is it my turn now?
It is your turn now.
And it totally burned up the javelin. The javelin's gone. He's out of javelins.
No, because remember it pinned him to the wall. Again, I want to point at the last guy left in the room. And I want to run up to him as long as it's within 40 feet.
Oh yes.
Okay.
That's
This is
30.
not
to
our
get up
house.
to him.
This is Apollo's house.
Line up your shot to his neck.
Going to punch him. I want to kick him in the gut for my man. Shit.
What's funny is you guys are doing this like while jumping on beds, and it's just like the weirdest bunch of children / monkeys jumping on the beds. One fell off and got pinned to the
Okay,
wall.
24 for the first one.
24 hits.
No
Which
more monkeys
is-
are alive.
7 points of bludgeoning damage plus 3 points of radiant damage.
And he's toast.
Yeah, I just kicked him in the gut. And some of that like radiant fire kind of enveloped that kick and
Mhm.
went to him.
Okay.
Again, I'm going to say this is not your house.
There's only
Where's
one
the-
person
Wait.
left.
Did anyone hear that sting the moment that she said that?
Yeah.
So this room is clear?
There's one person left.
Where?
This one right here.
That's the one I just kicked.
No, that was the one that was next to him. Oh wait.
No, 'cause that
oh
guy
yeah,
went
yeah,
into
yeah,
the
yeah.
wall and killed.
Yes. You're right. I forgot.
I was like, wait a minute, I was really badass.
No, you were good.
Okay.
Maybe that
There's-
was sick.
There's nobody left in here?
Mm-mm.
Okay. And is that the door at the top?
Yeah, this door right here.
What? Where did
Yeah.
you just point? There. Okay, it looks like you pointed in the middle of the room, and I was like, Aaron, that's a floor.
We're talking
Door.
about shapes. Door. Floor. Floor.
What all did I do? I just did one attack. How much movement did I use to get over there?
25.
Okay, let me use my last 15 to get as close to the door as possible.
Okay. I'll put you over here. It's like you like jump off one of the beds. There's like that corner of the room has large
Wait,
jars and vases.
If I went up at an angle, because I still have wings, I don't need to run. Yeah, let me go up at an angle 15 towards that open corner.
Okay, I mean it's still the same spot regardless
Okay,
of
I'll just
angle up.
put it
or
up in
down.
the air then.
Okay. All right. Still in the corner by the door, you see that there are these boxes in large vases. Looks like there's some supplies here. Okay. All right. That ends your turn.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad you can reduce it by that much, because I didn't want my luck to be I throw a javelin at you and just stab you.
I mean, I can
Alright.
still reduce it by that much, so
Phoebe.
I just wouldn't be able to throw it until I got it to 0.
All right. Now it's the priest that's restrained. Cannot move. And then attack rolls against him have advantage. And he has disadvantage on dexterity, so he can still make his attacks, but just can't move. He is going to fire off another. He's going to point his hands together in that like I don't know, in the quintessential anime kind of way. They always do these spirit gun kind of like blasts, and you see the shadow energy pool seems to like come from the very black of his robe itself as it kind of swirls around his arm, and he fires off another one of these blasts.
Is that not with disadvantage as well? Or did I misunderstand that?
It doesn't say anything on restrained about disadvantage on attacks. It just says disadvantage
Creatures'
on...
attack rolls have disadvantage, but I don't know how that extends to spells.
Grapple doesn't do anything, but restraint does.
Yeah, restrained just says creatures' attack rolls. I don't know. This is a Eldritch Blast.
Oh.
Eldritch Blast.
Well, I'm hosed.
That is, well, no, because that's only a 7 to hit.
Does he only get the 1?
Yes. Yeah.
I imagine it's just still me kind of just forcing the blast to go by, like into the spiritual weapon, like channeling it into that, and just, and then it didn't work. It's just he's standing up there tap dancing, trying to get away from this already.
I mean, he's still gonna use the spiritual weapon to try and hit you. But that's only gonna be I rolled another 7. That's fine. It'll come back around. It'll come back around. But you see the energy that's up there with you kind of starts spiraling around again to try and
bring down the house.
Yeah, to try and reach you. Okay.
Well, law of averages, this is gonna get real bad for me real soon. It's been going too well.
This cultist that's down here is going to run inside.
Yeah, I'm nervous about what we see inside the temple.
And that
start killing hostages or something.
At least we've cleared house pretty well up here.
All right, that brings it up to Larity's turn.
I just want to double check one thing, because this would be kind of funny. I have to be able to see it. How far away is Astrid
Should
from
move this
me?
building all together. Astrid is way over here.
Okay.
So
That's
currently out of line of
less
sight.
than 90. Oh, it's out of line of sight?
Yeah.
Okay.
At least from the angle that you're at, because you're on top of the building.
Okay.
And they haven't reached around the corner yet.
What I'm going to do then is we're going to do this kind of simply. I'm just going to do some dynamic gravity, where he's just going to feel this awful, wrenching rip at the very core of what he is. As I try to do a thing. And it's not with advantage, but I'm gonna re-roll it anyways because I got a thing and I just want to get through this quick. Where is that button? That's a 21 to hit.
21 hits.
Ooh. He's gonna take 12 force damage.
Where did I put the Oh, okay. So tell me what it is that this spell looks like that you are doing and how you want to do this to this individual.
In a way, my own spiritual weapon, except as he's hurled almost as if his ankles snap from the force happening so quick that his feet just doesn't catch up to it. The rest of his body slams against that pillar, but his ankle or everything below his ankles stayed where they are because it just happened too quick. Like he just got hit by a freight train that has not been invented yet.
Small priest.
But now the seeds have been planted.
Meet immovable force. Okay.
And I imagine if we pull back the camera a little bit as the guy slams into that pillar and this spiritual weapon's trying to come in from the other side, they both sort of just disintegrate at the same time as they pass by him in the camera work.
Nice. This guy is gone. Spiritual weapon dissipates. You even see as the as that black void of swirling energy dissipates, it just lets out an awful scream and just kind of like shatters into little pieces that go in all directions.
Nice.
And what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark that off. No, I don't have to mark that one off because that was a cantrip. And just to save everyone a lot of time, he jumps off the ledge. And before he even hits the ground, he doesn't even have to do the superhero landing. It's just this controlled. You see for a moment, he actually kind of almost reaches terminal velocity for what it should, and then just becomes this graceful step.
The Mister, I think you're the only one that sees that.
And he just turns around as if he's
Cool.
about to pass something on this other guy that ran in.
Oh, okay. Well, it's dark inside.
Yeah, but I'm aware of him, so it's just it's less that I'm casting, is more just intent. As he's
Okay.
yeah,
Preparing to do the behind the shoulder anime.
Oh, I'm turning.
like shoot.
like it's almost as if as I'm dropping, I'm reorienting to kind of just I'm gonna do a thing.
Heard. All right.
So mark that off and done. That's my turn. Just if you want to turn me around, so I'm actually facing the dude or facing inward.
Sure. All right. That's done. These guys are done. Astrid, it is now your turn.
She's gonna get over to where Themisto's at.
Okay. Flying speed is still 40, right?
Flying speed is 30. Wait,
Yeah, okay. That gets you
30.
right over there. It gets you right over there. I'm just going to put you on the ground. You're still in the air, but I'm just not putting this thing on.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Anything else you're wanting to do while you're there?
No, that's it. Just prep.
Okay. Yeah. Just clear this. Themisto, it's your turn.
Dash further in if you wanted to, Astrid.
Yeah, let's go to where Laertes is at. I'll use my action to get that far.
Okay. Moving then you over here. You're still in the air though, right? Yeah. I'm gonna put you
Yeah.
over here. Floating there. Oh, you know what? Fuck it. Who's that? So you have the wings.
Dope.
Okay. Themisto. You just saw Astrid fly over you in the alleyway. You see Laertes floating down in this like very graceful sort of way.
Everybody's
hear-
flying, but I feel comfortable here on the ground. I'll touch the stone. Let's head to the stairs.
Okay. All right. You're gonna go up the stairs?
Can I see the man who's inside?
No. Well, I left him there because I didn't want to stick my hand in all the doors down. But he has moved in and out of sight. It's just like you see, because it's bright out here. It's just like, and it's just dark on the inside.
Okay. Can I make like a mad perception check?
Sure.
Perception check.
Yeah, it is, because I get like a mega bonus because of my snakes. I say as I roll a natural one, right?
It would be snake eyes.
Oh Lord.
That was cockeyed. 24.
24. Very nice. You focus into the broken, and you see that the doors are like kind of off their hinges a little bit and kind of broken and laying to the side. Like they don't look stable, but they are open enough to let people in and out. These are massive timbers, and the darkness that's on the inside, you see what looks like movement and maybe the smallest flicker of maybe candlelight somewhere on the opposite side of the wall. But from the brightness of the midday sun right here and looking in, it's too hard to see. But you looks like there is some sort of movement and maybe some minor light sources on the inside, but not enough to really give you a good view on what's in there. But you don't see you don't see any individuals directly.
Damn.
Just shifting shadows where people could be.
I was gonna cast a fun spell, but that's okay.
I mean, you could go in there and you still have movement. You could walk right in.
I know. I was gonna do something else though. It's okay.
Push the button. Push the button.
Yeah, I suppose then if I can't make them come to me like I was going to do, then I will go to them. Themisto is going to.
I will say for the moment, we'll put it at outside of initiative because there are no current enemies present.
Themisto's gonna step through.
Okay.
And cast light right as she goes through the threshold. So she will have her sword raised again, catching the sun. And like basically carrying it in there like an Olympic torch as she walks in. And then, put it down and scan it around.
All right. The rest of you guys, what are you doing?
I want to fly out when I see that Laertes is already on the ground.
I'll
Fly.
jump out a window.
You're by the door, dude.
I know. I was like,
Athletics.
the window is like maybe 2 feet wide. It's a tiny little square. You're welcome to try and
That's
squeeze.
plenty. What do you imply?
You have armor on. I'm gonna say no. You are not gonna fit. You will have to
Okay,
go through
there's
the
an
door.
awful clank sound as he tried to dive through it, and then he just goes out the door sheepishly, kind of rubbing his shoulder. Ow.
Out
But
the
if
door.
I see Themisto walking in, I'm gonna fly in after her.
Okay.
Yeah, rush in.
Also, Themisto's sword right now, like it looks like hot, like heated metal.
Does it have that sort of like scintillating air kind of coming off of it?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. The moment as you are walking through, you see lit before you the giant statue that once had
Apollo?
move this. Apollo. Yes. Sorry, I was just moving all the things.
Oh no.
Move out of the way.
I'm sad you're dismantling this awesome set, dude.
Did
I
you
know.
take a picture?
I mean, it's not terribly dismantled. All I have to do is raise the front half of it. Because I thought ahead this time and didn't just build a box.
Damn.
Holy shit.
That's fucking cool.
Oh man,
It's
how many cultists are in here?
As
Well,
you walk inside,
And they're
past
all
the
within
way.
range of thermonuclear thermodynamics.
All right. As you walk inside, you see that off to your left, there is an arcane circle on the ground, lit with this smoldering black and red flame. Inside of its center, 6 individuals stare up at the ceiling as if waiting for deliverance or seeking relief. In front of them are 2 individuals. One man who is like eyes rolled back, head back. You can see this black energy that is coursing from his body and seems to be feeding the circle here in the center. The statue of Apollo has been defaced. And by that I mean the head has been removed from the body and has been splashed with a blackish reddish liquid that looks very similar to dried blood. On the right-hand side over here, you see very familiar black obsidian-like pillars that still contain traces and torn pieces of the priestly garbs of Apollo's servants. There is indeed candlelight that is all around the broken base of the altar here. And then you'll also see on this side, there are several cages with people who are inside, either scrunched down, kneeling, or have their arms covering their heads. On either side here, as you go past the doors, you see 2, a man and a woman, also dressed in Cult of Phobos guards, whose fingers are also pointed towards you and have black energy that's coursing across their arms as if waiting and holding for something. In the far back near the altar, you see one woman who, as you are walking in, can now hear the sound of whispers, as this man seems to be like reciting some sort of ritual. She turns to you 5 as you enter. Themisto leading the way, brandishing this golden rod of a sword, brilliantly lit. Welcome, friends of Apollo, the fallen one. You're just in time. Just in time. And she gestures to the arcane circle. It begins to glow brighter and brighter. We've prepared a feast for our god as he feeds on their fear. Go for it. I don't know who was first. I mean, I would assume Themisto, you were the first one to walk in, so what are you going to say?
May I?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm gonna start combat again, so if there's something that's not that, then...
Yeah, I was just gonna, it was perception for me.
Okay. Yeah, because I was saying you're all kind. I imagine everybody walks in behind Themisto anyway. So. Okay. Well, in that case, as you see this, and the fire grows brighter, and she turns and she says she was preparing this feast for her lord. She looks over again at the would-be sacrifices. a feast for Phobos. And as her voice says that last line, it's like 30 other voices say Phobos at the same time. And you unleash your holy fury, Themisto. And that is where we will start again next time.
Oh.
Yikes.
That's a great cliffhanger. Are you kidding me?
I mean, that's fantastic, but
Damn it.
how many cultists are there total?
That you can see at the moment?
Uh,
4 that you can
Okay.
see.
Just another math problem to me.
so I can keep up with how long I've been using my wings for. Would that have counted for like a round or two? Because I know we kind of went out of initiative.
We'll say 2 more rounds. It was in
Okay.
a couple of seconds that
And I
you guys got in there.
Still have 5 more rounds, so I'm good.
All right.
All right.
I just need Apollo to keep blessing my attack rolls like he did tonight.
Oh yeah.
Some good rolls.
I'm very glad that it's the Misto right at the point of this spear right now.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's gonna be
Ah,
good.
it will be. Oh, now that she said some things, I have some options.
Well, we got a couple of weeks to think about it.
We also need to know
You
who's
can
going to
go
do
through
the
the flowchart.
recap.
Oh,
Oh yeah. Do I roll it this time?
I just did one last week. Can I opt out, please?
Yes. We'll do. I don't mind. I'm gonna put myself in there. So. Oh, that still makes it 5. Oh, I know.
Is that me?
D10. No. Hold on. All right. I guess I'm doing it. It was like 1, 2.
Cool.
It was 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. And I got a 2. So sounds good to me. I know what I'm gonna do.
We'll see you all in 1 week for lore dumplings. Put your questions in on the thread in table banter. A week from Saturday for the finale of Bahiri. And then the conclusion of this battle in 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. Can I play a cultist? Yes. Yes, Hunter. I'll let you play I'll let you play the main guy right over here if you want to. All right. Nah, give me a crappy one. Okay, I'll give you one of the ones here on the sidelines. It's fine. All right. Wow. Good job. I love that. I was definitely thinking you were going to sneak your way in and then do maximum carnage, and instead you seal Team 6 broad daylight. That's pretty dope.
Shock and awe, or I guess shock and awesome.
Shock and awesome.
Again,
Exact-
2 of us serve the god of light. Why would we wait till nighttime?
So you can bring light to the darkness. I don't know.
I mean, or we wait till night and then whatever nefarious plan they were doing went off all day when we weren't going there.
Yeah,
Or
these
they started
villagers
it once they knew that you
sacrificed.
were. They started it once they were under attack. All right.
So either
I
way,
guess
it
we'll
was
find
going to
out.
happen.
We guess we'll find out.
Hunter says, do not diminish a candle at pure wood imports or something.
Oh, Hunter, I love you. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for hanging out with us. We look forward to seeing some of you guys very soon and some of you guys sooner. And all right. Well, be brave. Stay fey. Bunny spread.
Stay for this mango.
Stay for this mango.
And
gaze be
gaze
upon you.
be upon you.
Oh, this is gonna. We're gonna get one of those T-shirts. It's gonna have the whole thing. It's just gonna be a block of text, in like a year. It's just so many things.
I kind of wish kinetic text videos were still sort of a thing.
Oh, where the kind of bounce, like the screensaver.
We'll
kind of
go
thing?
back to it. Don't worry
Okay.
about it. See, that's what I mean. It's not a thing. You don't know what it is.
All right. Well, until next time, we'll see you later. Bye.